Tumwater Thunderbirds, a great night for football here at Lampson Stadium alongside Brian Levitan. I'm Shane Ettinger, and Brian, we've got two teams here, the Thunderbirds and the Mustangs, no strangers to the state football playoffs.
They played each other twice already in the playoffs back in the 90s. Those were two great football games. This one should also be fantastic. Let's break down the keys to the game. Look at the Prosser Mustangs first. Talked to Coach Sonicson earlier this week, and the first thing he said he wanted to see was his team start strong. They did not do that against Othello, fell down 14-0 last week, but battled back for a 15-14 win. Now, as far as defensively, T-Birds very explosive on the ground running the football, and he wants them to defend the run, particularly the counters and sweeps that Tumwater is so effective at running. And then just keep your emotions in check. It's high school football. It's the playoffs, a chance to go to state. Don't get too excited, too up or too down. Just stay focused on the task at hand.
For Tumwater, what they do well is running the football.
And what they'll want to do is make sure they win that war in the trenches, to establish control of the line of scrimmage so that their very talented running backs can get out in space and make some plays for them. Defensively, they are ferocious up front. They've got some big fellas, and they like to get after the quarterback. They're very aggressive. And to that end, one thing they're susceptible with is the big play. They don't want to get too aggressive to the point where they give up some big plays against Prosser.
For Prosser, their offense revolves around their quarterback, Ryan Fosler.
No surprise there. They run the spread offense so effectively, and Fosler's numbers, they don't lie. 34 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 67% completion percentage. These are video game numbers, and he is the reason why they score lots of points.
And for Tumwater, their senior running back, Andrew Brown, the Evergreen Conference MVP.
Yeah, you've heard of UPS. What can Brown do for you? Well, this Brown is very versatile. He is so dynamic. That's what Coach Sonicson said in our conversation this week, because he scores in so many different ways. He scores on the ground, catching the football, and 6 kickoff returns for touchdowns.
Should be a great one tonight. The winner heads to Tacoma next week to play for the state championship. It's the Prosser Mustangs, the Tumwater Thunderbirds. Kickoff coming up next right here on SWX. Yes, sir.
You know, we probably don't want to open this because it could fall out the window.
I know.
This will be, the other thing too is, like, I'm going to watch the TV a lot because I don't want to, I'm going to, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, and starters, do you want to say the starters or did you want me to? We've had, what do you, yeah.
I do not know. Okay.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter to me. It's a comfort thing for you. Do you want me to bang them out after the play, or do you want to just read them off?
Well, we certainly don't need to name them all.
Yeah, no.
I would just name key players.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. What typically we've done is, like, we'll be like,
Well, welcome to Lampson Stadium on a gorgeous Saturday night for football here in Eastern Washington. We've got the state 2A semifinals headed your way here tonight. We've got the Tumwater Thunderbirds and the Prosser Mustangs. The teams going through the starting lineups, or the announcing of the starting lineups out there on the field. Brian, we've got a pretty good matchup here tonight.
I think that's a safe bet right here, Shane. and we're doing high school football. Of course, don't want to make any gambling references, but you know what I'm talking about. A really special moment for these kids, though. I mean, especially when you think of Prosser. It's a football program we're more familiar with. You know, the tradition there. You know, these kids have dreamed of putting on those red and white uniforms, and here they are with a chance to play for state. It's a special moment for them. Same thing, of course, for the Tumwater football players as well.
Talk a little bit about how each team got here to the semifinals. For Prosser, their first round victory was over the Pullman Greyhounds. They defeated Pullman 56-19 in the first round of the 2A playoffs, and then last week in the quarterfinals, a big win for them over the number one team in the state, Othello.
Othello, that's right. It was a squeaker, 15-14. They came back to win that game. Key play in that football game, the third quarter. Bubba Frank, they were faking a punt, and he was supposed to drop back and try and throw the football. The throw wasn't there, and he literally ran over 4 defenders to barely get the first down to keep the drive alive for what was to be the go-ahead touchdown.
Of course, the Mustangs avenging their earlier regular season loss to Othello. That was their only loss of the season. They come into this football game with an 11-1 record. For Tumwater, they are also 11-1 heading into these semifinals. Their first round playoff opponent was Steilacoom, and they defeated them 45-22. And then last week in the quarterfinals, they defeated Archbishop Murphy 21-0.
And that was a sweet revenge there and redemption for the T-Birds, as they were knocked out of the playoffs last year in the first round after losing to Archbishop Murphy 41-6.
So the Tumwater Thunderbirds come into this football game as the Evergreen Conference champions. They were ranked number 3 in the final state 2A football poll. The Prosser Mustangs finishing second this year in the CWAC Conference. Of course, that loss to Othello put them in second place, but they were able to defeat Othello last week and stay alive in the playoffs. They were ranked number 4 in the final 2A football poll. And as we've mentioned, both of these teams with a lot of experience in the playoffs. For Prosser, it's their 11th trip to the semifinals.
Pretty amazing what they've been able to accomplish here as we await the coin toss at midfield. But 4 state titles for the Mustangs, 5 for Tumwater. So between the two of them, that's a lot of hardware right there.
Absolutely. For Tumwater, this is their second trip to the 2A semifinals in the last 3 years. Now, we should mention that the winner of this football game is going to play Linden next week in Tacoma. In the state 2A championship game, Linden defeated Capital 48-21 on Friday. So some friendly handshakes between the two teams as we are getting ready to get this game underway here at Lampson Stadium.
And it will be a barn burner. We talked about some of the other battles between these two schools. This will be the third meeting historically between them. They played twice in the 90s. 1992 was a particularly memorable football game with Prosser coming out on the winning end in that one, but late in the fourth quarter, up 14-10 were the Mustangs at Fran-Risch Stadium, and Tumwater was driving, had the ball with about 5 minutes to go on the Mustangs' 5-yard line, and Randy Carter, one of the very well-known and highly regarded former Mustangs, jumped across the line of scrimmage, got good pressure, ripped the ball out of the running back's hand, and took it 95 yards the other way for what was the difference-making touchdown in that game. Prosser went on to win that, and with Aaron Sonicson, the now quarterback coach, as quarterback there, went on to win the state championship, the first in school history.
So we just heard Michael Buffer on the PA system. We are ready to play some football. Prosser will kick off and Tumwater will receive.
Well, this game is brought to you by Irrigation Specialists, a Lindsay company. Zematic by Lindsay, an irrigation specialist, support the Columbia Basin Project, the largest water reclamation endeavor in the United States, when every crop and drop counts. Irrigation Specialists of Pasco, Othello, and Grandview, a Lindsay company.
Trino Flores with the kickoff. A loose ball there. It looks like Tumwater did come up with it, but that was Tyrus Snow that was came down with the football. A little bit of maybe some early game jitters for Tumwater. They do come up with the football, though, and they will start on offense.
It went right in and out of the breadbasket there. Let's take a look at the T-Birds, of course, led by Andrew Brown and his 23 touchdowns. At quarterback, Jaden Croft. Other running backs, you got Snow and Cummings. And then receivers, Plamondon and Vanden Hazel. And then up front, you got Paget, Shaner, Newell, Reed, and DeLoco. As we mentioned at the beginning of the game, Tumwater likes to run that wing T. That's Andrew Brown on the handoff right up the middle. Take a look at our defensive starters for Prosser. Yeah, and for Prosser up front, it's Renolette, Elefteris, Sanders, and Steinbrock. Linebackers, Hibbs, Hofer, and Frank. And then in the secondary, Flores, Clark, Rapp, and Durbin. So it's now 2nd and 5 for Tumwater. Andrew Brown out as a wide receiver in this formation. And an early flag here looks like probably in the neighborhood of a false start. We'll see what the referee calls. Once he gets his microphone to work. Technology.
Dead ball. Encroachment on the defense.
So an encroachment penalty on Prosser will give Tumwater a free 5 yards.
And it should be enough to move the sticks.
Should be enough for a first down, yeah.
They had 6 on that first carry from Brown.
The referees are blowing the whistle again, want to make sure that we move the chains. The chain gang hasn't quite... Oh, I see. It's actually first down and a yard.
Technically, that's
Technically,
right.
it's 1st and 1. because actually, that's not right either because they ran one play.
I think the officials are just trying to get the Zebras are conferring.
It might be 2nd and 1 because that second play when the encroachment penalty was called was on 2nd down. Now the referees are going to conference. It is a first down for Tumwater. They will officially move the chains, and we'll have 1st and 10 once again.
We should have stuck with our gut instinct there.
We always knew we were right. Just the referees weren't up to speed with us. Again, Andrew Browning out in the receiver position here. That's a big run there for Christian Cummings, the sophomore running back for Tumwater. Big gain and another first down for the Thunderbirds.
And that's what Coach Sonicson talked about, and we mentioned it in our keys to the game, is defending the edge because they've got some really fast backs that can get to the outside and turn it upfield.
I want to correct myself. Christian Cummings is a junior, 5'10", 160 pounds, but a nice job of running there and a nice job of a touchdown-saving tackle there by the Mustangs.
Really come on of late. He's got 6 of his 10 touchdowns here in the last 4 games.
That's Tyrus Snow with the carry here. Not many yards to gain there. Maybe 2 or 3. They'll bring up 2nd down for the Thunderbirds, and they go with looks like they're going with a bit of a quick call here. Not much of a huddle, and right back up to the line of scrimmage and getting things organized and calling the next play.
Nice tackle there by Elijah Hofer there to wrap up Brown and keep him to just a 3-yard gain.
That's Cummings again, the fullback, up the middle and then breaking it to the outside. Another gain of 3 or 4 yards, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 7.
Tell you, Shane, that you're going to earn your paycheck today because you're doing a Delaware wing tee offense here. Very tough as a play-by-play man to pick up the numbers. A lot of misdirections you saw there, and Prosser had some trouble defensively. Nice pickup of 4 there by Cummings.
A bunch formation here for Tumwater out of the wing tee, and a great stop there by Prosser. A nice job breaking through the line. Looked like that was Kyle Steinbach.
Yeah, Steinbach and Hofer were both in there to make the stop. Good defensive play. It'll bring up 4th down.
4th and 4 now for Tumwater. Take another look at the replay. Just a great job grabbing at the ankles.
Yeah, you're right, Steinbach there. Great play.
So on 4th and 3, Tumwater setting up to run the ball. That's Andrew Brown, and he's going to get the first down. It looks like he just got out across the first down marker there before he went out of bounds. We'll have to see where the officials marked the spot, but it's very close to a first down for the Thunderbirds.
He is just so fast. All right, they're going to say that they did not get there. Wow, let's take another look here and see. He must have stepped out as he was trying to turn the corner. Yeah, he did right there, and that's why. So that is a big break there for Prosser because Brown is so fast. It looked like he made it there. I was going to just finish my thought here, but holds the state 2A record in the 400 meter, and you saw meters, I should say, and you saw that speed there, but Prosser able to get the stop.
So the Mustangs now take over the football. They'll have the ball on offense for the first time. Ryan Fosler, their all-league quarterback, under center. And the pitch is to Bubba Frank. He's got a bit of a hole, but it closes quickly. A wall of T-Birds are there to bring down Frank, maybe a gain of a yard.
Let's take a look at the starters. We mentioned Fosler. Another guy to keep an eye on is Bubba Frank, their running back. He's got 5 100-yard games in his last 6. Wide receivers are Rapp, Clark, Hall, and Schutt. And then up front, we've got Howe, Aberg, Lemos, Renelette, and Alefteris.
Second down now, Fosler rolling out. Quick pass is caught by Danny Rapp. He's out to about the 49-yard line. Looks to be enough for a first down for the Mustangs.
Looking at the T-Birds, defensively up front, we've got Trio, Bryant, Jimenez, and Forstel. Linebackers, Durden, Brewski, and Davis. And then in the secondary, Cummings, Gleasus, Schindelman, and Moore.
So 1st and 10 now from the 49. Fosler with a quick throw to Bubba Frank. Wrapped up, but Bubba Frank keeps on going, keeps those feet churning, gets across the midfield and out to about the 48-yard line.
He is just so physical, and he's got the explosiveness too, but he is not afraid of contact, and that's such a nice just change of pace when you think of Prosser and the passing and the spread offense to have a bruising back like that.
Looks like Fosler was able to possibly draw Tumwater off sides here. We've got a flag down. The ball was never snapped. Generally, that's going to be in the area of encroachment.
And you can hear the loud applause here. A lot of Prosser fans here on the home side of the field.
There you go, the encroachment penalty on Tumwater, so that'll give Prosser another 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 2 now from the 43. Talked about Bubba Frank and having the balance with the Mustang offense now. They used to be very, very pass-oriented. And as you see, they're going back to that right now. Fosler looking down the sideline. That pass was incomplete, intended for Sterling Clark, one of Ryan Fosler's favorite targets this year, but that pass incomplete.
Yeah, well, he completed a pass earlier in this drive to Danny Rapp, who's got 15 receiving touchdowns. Clark himself also has 15 and almost made it 16 on this play here.
So now 3rd and 2 for Prosser. Fosler in the shotgun. Rapp in motion. They fake the handoff to Rapp, give it to Bubba Frank. He goes up the middle on the draw play. Not going to be enough to get to the first down, though. Brought back maybe to the line of scrimmage and then pushed back by Tumwater.
Joe Brewski was there to lead the charge and push him back, and we talked about just how ferocious that front line is for the Thunderbirds. Coach Sonicson referred to them as monsters when I talked to him on the phone this week. I think that was a compliment.
Prosser running up to the line here. Quick snap and a quick handoff to Bubba Frank. Looks like he may have gotten enough for the first down from where the referees are lining up to spot the football. Wait for there it is, the official signal from the referee. First down. So both teams going for it on 4th down. Prosser with a little better luck than Tumwater had in the last series.
And credit the Mustangs for just going right at the heart of what the Thunderbirds do so well in their front four.
1st and 10 now from the 40. Fosler looking to drop back. Quick pass to Danny Rapp on the left wing. He's got enough for a first down. He's down those sidelines and knocked out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. Craig Westby knocking him out of bounds and keeping him from scoring that touchdown.
Yeah, definitely a touchdown-saving push out of bounds there. Rapp did such a nice job when he got that ball in space there of making a defender miss. You see it right here at the 40. Just shakes and bakes and just gets an extra 10 yards because of it.
Both teams going with the quick no huddle, and another didn't get the call from the referee there, but you did see the Tumwater players come across the line, but no contact was made, so no penalty called. Fosler, quick pass over the middle. Oh, Rapp was open and was going to score, but that pass was incomplete. just over the outstretched arms of Danny Rapp.
Yeah, I think Fosler probably got a little bit too excited. His eyes got wide, and he just sailed on him just a little bit. Nice effort there, though, from 21 to try and bring it in.
Yeah, I think Ryan, you mentioned it, I think Ryan Fosler saw 6 points right there because Danny Rapp had a wide open lane all the way to the end zone. All he had to do was catch that football.
One thing I'm seeing here with Fosler, though, is he's being very quick with his decision-making and making sure that he doesn't have to deal with that pressure.
2nd and 10 now from the 25. Bubba Frank up the middle, still on his feet across the 20, and the pile will finally bring him down at about the 23-yard line. Another nice job of running there by Bubba Frank. Earlier in the week, we talked with Coach Sonicson. He talked about the grit that Bubba Frank has. He just won't go down.
And, you know, I just watch him run, and sometimes it just looks painful if you're a defender. Lucky for the T-Birds, it's kind of warm out tonight, but I think on a cold night, he'd be your least favorite person to tackle.
Absolutely. He's a punishing runner, and will make you pay and just wear down the defense throughout the evening. 3rd and 4 now for Prosser from the 19. Fosler, quick pass to Frank, out on the wing, across the 15, and out to about the 14-yard line. Pile still moving again. Looks like we might bring him down about the 12, and that should be enough for a Prosser first down.
And Prosser has shown a lot of success here in the early going with moving the football against a pretty good Thunderbird defense. His Thunderbird defense set a school record with 58 points on defense this season.
Scored 11 touchdowns with special teams or defense, the Tumwater T-Birds did. Fosler with the quick pass. Danny Rapp looked like he stumbled on his route there, and the pass goes incomplete. But again, another quick throw by Prosser. Fosler's taking maybe 2-3 steps back to drop, and then he's getting rid of the football very quickly.
And when you got a quarterback like Fosler who's so experienced in the spread offense, he can make his reads pretty quick. And they're basically trying to take the Thunderbirds out of their game, that pressure game that they like to play defensively.
2nd and 10 from the 12. 5 wide receivers for Prosser right now. Nobody in the backfield with Fosler. Quick look back to the sidelines. Play clock is down to 1. They got the snap off just in time. That's Bubba Frank on the wing across the 10 to the 5, still on his feet, and finally brought down about the 2-yard line. Again, the toughness of Bubba Frank just refusing to go down.
You know, he looks like a really bruising, thick runner. He's 5'11", 200 pounds, but it's not like he's 5'11", 250. He just runs like it.
When we talked with Coach Sonicson earlier in the week, Bubba Frank actually lost about 20 pounds in the off-season to gain more speed, and it made a big difference. In his junior season, he really didn't see a lot of playing time because he didn't have that quick step. Now in his senior year, he's been able to drop a little bit of that weight, pick up some speed, and the dividends have been paying off for Prosser all season long.
Paying off right there with another first down. They'll have a 1st and goal from the 2, so this first drive here looking pretty peachy right now for the Mustangs.
So Fosler gets the call from the sidelines and heads back into the huddle. We're just under 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. No score yet. Prosser up to the line quickly. Quick snap, Fosler, handoff to Bubba Frank, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. Bubba Frank, touchdown Mustangs.
And he was definitely the horse on this drive, the one that went to for the important yards. And he gets rewarded with the 6 points there. And, well, I can tell you this, if Prosser can establish a good, solid run game with Frank, it could be a very long evening for the T-Birds.
So on to kick the extra point now, Trino Flores. Snap, the hold, kick is up. And it is good. So the Prosser Mustangs get a touchdown on their first possession, and they lead it 7-0. You're watching the state 2A football semifinals right here on SWX.
To learn more about the dairy farmers of Washington involved in our community,
It's the state 2A football playoffs here on SWX. Prosser and Tumwater state semifinals. Winner goes on to Tacoma next week to face Linden for the state championship. Prosser with an early 7-0 lead, and now Trino Flores is ready to kick off again for the Mustangs. And another pooch kick for Prosser. This one drops in almost at the opportunity. It looks like Prosser might have come up with it. Basically, it's an extended onside kick. Isaiah Sanders comes up with it for Prosser, and that is a big play for the Mustangs.
We didn't mention it in keys to the game because it's a foregone conclusion. When you're playing with this much on the line, turnovers will just bury you, and they almost turned it over to the T-Birds on their first offensive possession, and there they finally did, and that could be a problem.
Well, that football came down with a lot of backspin. You have to give Trino Flores a lot of credit. He went out there with his lob wedge. He got some tremendous backspin on that football, and the Prosser Mustangs have it again in good field position on about the 38-yard line, 1st and 10. Fosler fakes the handoff over the middle now. Pass is incomplete. That one was intended for Elijah Hofer, but falls incomplete. Hofer still down on the field, might have gotten a little bit shaken up on that play. Took a pretty good whack as he was going for the football.
Yeah, it was in between two defenders there, as you'll see here. Nice play action. They were just going for the knockout punch there, but had two defenders, the safety coming over the middle as well. Laid a nice shot on him there. That was, looks like Craig Westby.
In fact, Hofer is now down on the field, laying on the field, taking a little extra time here. The training staff out there working with him. Both teams now taking a knee and waiting for action to resume.
You know, those are the dangerous plays you see in football. I mean, they've really tried to limit it. As you take another look here at this, he got hit once, and that was Westby, and then on the backside on the way down, looks like he also got tapped by Michael Morrissey as well, and just that probably got his.
Yeah, I think he probably got the wind knocked out of him. Hofer coming back to the sidelines now on his own accord, able to run off the field by himself without assistance. And I think he's all right. Just going to catch his breath and probably get back out there for the Mustangs here later in the ball game. So 2nd and 10 now from the 38. Fosler under center, 4 wide receivers, and they hand the ball off to Bubba Frank again. And this time he's met by a wall of T-Birds.
Yeah, a lot of yellow and white there, just pushing him way back, and you see number 88 among them. That's Jamie Bryant, of course, their star defensive tackle, who is off to play for the Huskies next year. And you can see great penetration up front. But Coach Sonicson, who certainly likes to air it out, seems pretty committed to making sure that they stay balanced in their attack.
Yeah, Fosler, another quick pass. That one's caught by Danny Rapp, breaks a tackle. Can't escape the second tackler, though, and he's brought down about the 35-yard line. That was Christian Cummings bringing down Danny Rapp.
And actually credit Cummings on that, because it looked like he missed the first time but stayed with it and then tackled him from behind to make sure that wasn't a bigger play than it could have been. As you see here, Fosler just great job of getting rid of it quickly, trying to get Rapp out in space. And, yeah, he just stayed with the bladed Cummings to bring him down.
Trevor Davis missing the first tackle, but Cummings there to make sure that Rapp didn't get very far. Receivers now heading out, 4 wide receivers for Prosser. It's 4th and 7 Fosler with the throw over the middle, and nobody there to make the catch. The intended receiver there was Harley Hall, but that ball well overthrown. And we've got another player down on the field for Prosser, but he's back up and ready to go. And we'll come back, and Tumwater will have the football. You're watching the state football playoffs on SWX.
Picks up 8 yards on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 2. Zelensky and Rapp on the tackle for the Mustangs. Hey, go! Cummings on the play. Picks up the 1st down on the 47-yard line. Isaiah Sanders going down. First and 10 for the Thunderbirds. Jason Cummings on the play. He takes it down at the 44-yard line. So the 2nd down, about a yard to go. On the tackle, he comes up on the 24 by the phone. Andrew Brown on the field. Loss of a yard. Tyler Lowe on the spot. So we 3rd down, 2 yards to go. The Tumwater from the Mustang 45-yard line.
Welcome back to live action. The referees did not see our timeout signal, and Tumwater has been moving the football. That was Christian Cummings right there on the carry down to about the 27-yard line. So Tumwater has been able to move the football about 30 yards in the time that we were gone. Actually, a fairly decent job on offense here by the T-Birds.
Yeah, they've been very methodical about making sure they established the run. They've been running the football with counters and sweeps to both sidelines and kind of confusing the Prosser defense a little bit with a lot of success here.
So 1st and 10, Croft drops the football, decides to keep it himself, and gets up the middle and across the 20-yard line to about the 19. I'm not sure if that was Isaiah Sanders was on the stop there. I'm not sure if that was a design play, a design quarterback draw, or if he dropped the snap and then just decided to go for it.
It looked like he dropped it, but it was kind of a clean hop, and it bounced right back up to him, and he just grabbed it and saw a little daylight there up the middle and got some good yards.
So 2nd and 2 for Tumwater now. The pitch out to Brown, down the sidelines and knocked out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. It'll be close to a 1st down.
Looks like he got the first because the marker's at the 18.
Yep, they're moving the chains, so another set of downs here for Tumwater.
See that toss right there, and Brown is just so fast. He just beats everybody to the edge.
Yeah, the Mustangs it's a tough assignment for their Mustang defense tonight, trying to maintain the corners and cover everyone in a wing T defense or a wing T offense is never easy. That's Cummings again up the middle, the fullback across the 15 and down to about the 11-yard line.
They haven't really busted off any big runs here, but they're getting 5- and 6-yard gashes every time they run the football, and that's all they really need to be successful. They're down 7-0, and when you look at Tumwater, considering that they had 2 almost turnovers and 1 actual turnover, very much in this football game and in good shape.
Andrew Brown wide open, hole to the end zone. Touchdown, Tumwater. Andrew Brown with the easy run from 11 yards out for the score.
Make that 24 touchdowns on the season now for 24. You just give him a little bit of room, and he makes it hurt. On the counter there, had a nice open space there. Some great blocking on the edge, and no problem running it in untouched.
Elijah Hill on to kick the extra point for Tumwater. It's up, and it's good, and just like that, we've got a tie ball game. 7-7 here with 1 minute and 21 seconds left here in the first quarter. So Prosser scores a touchdown. Tumwater has a turnover. Prosser gets the football back, but Tumwater is able to survive that, survive the fourth down, gets the football back, and now they're able to score and tie things up here at 7 apiece.
You can say that the T-Birds have definitely dodged a bullet here with that early turnover. Those things can come back to bite you, and both of these coaches know how important it is to be disciplined and to protect the football. So they definitely dodged a bullet there and are right back in this football game. It will be a battle, no question about that. I think, certainly Ryan Fasler in the offense here for Prosser probably wishes there were a couple of plays there on that last offensive drive that they could have had back, because they just kind of missed some people, particularly that pass play over the middle to Danny Rapp. So
on that last touchdown drive for Tumwater, every play was a run, and every play was for probably 4, 5, 6 yards at a clip, outside of the 11 yards for the touchdown. But that's what they do. They run the football. You're not going to see a cloud of dust after every 5 yards on this turf field, but essentially it's the old classic 4 or 5 yards and a cloud of dust offense.
But, it's not just because it's a Delaware wing tee. I mean, I'm having trouble just sitting here as an analyst. I sympathize for you just trying to keep track of the misdirection, because they're very effective with the way they run that. And when you have the line, blocking where you're handing that ball off on top of it, it's that much more difficult for Prosser to pick it up.
So Josh Nelson will kick it off now for the T-Birds as they've come back to tie the score at 7. We've got 1 minute and 21 seconds left here in the first quarter. Great night for football here at Lampson Stadium. Temperatures are in the 40s. Not a lot of clouds in the sky. No threat of any precipitation tonight, so it's going to be a nice chilly evening for football. That's Elijah Hofer making the fair catch for Prosser. Not something you see a lot of on a kickoff, the fair catch signal, but want to make sure that they have the football. And Elijah's not one of their return men, so when he saw the football coming his way, he's like, maybe it's safer, a better idea for me just to take the fair catch, and we'll start from scratch.
Looked like Josh Nelson, the T-Birds kicker for kickoffs, just popped that one up a little bit. It was a high, slow kind of end-over-end kick, and just didn't want to risk returning it with the defense right there in his face.
So 1st and 10 now for Prosser from the 28-yard line. Pitch out to Bubba Frank, breaks a nice tackle, or breaks a nice move to break a tackle, gets across the 30 out to the 31.
It looked like he might be tackled for a loss there, and if it's any other running back, you might say, yeah, that's a distinct possibility, but he's so good at just sticking an arm out there, just shaking off, that first attempted tackler.
2nd and 7 now for Prosser. Fossler with a quick rollout and finds Danny Rapp for the catch out to about the 38, right near the first down marker.
You have to see where they spot that, but nice quick pass there, and found Rapp open on the sideline. Just wasn't quite far enough out there for the first. Looks like it'll be a 2nd and short.
No, it looks like I think the referee is signaling that they got a first down. Yeah, he wants the chain gang to move those chains, so it's a first down for Prosser. They'll have the ball at the 38-yard line. We've got about 53 seconds now left here in the first quarter. Clock still hasn't started. It probably should. Oh, that's right. Danny Rapp went out of bounds, so the clock stopped there. Quick pass there, across the middle now. That's Sterling Clark. Gets it out almost to midfield. Nice job there of Sterling Clark. Just a quick throw and then brought it across the middle. One of those plays that starts small but gets big as it keeps going.
A lot of credit, and deservedly so, goes to Ryan Fasler, but their receivers are so good at getting that extra 7-8 yards after the catch, and you saw it there with Sterling Clark.
Fosler, quick pass again to Clark, out to about the 46 with forward progress, a gain of probably 4 yards.
Gabe Gleasus there with a nice tackle in the open field so that Clark couldn't get anything and got pushed backward. Forward progress, though, as you said, gets him 4 yards, but that's a nice open field tackle, and that's how you can shut down the spread, is when you stop those extra yards after the catch is made.
Clock down to about 10 seconds now. Looks like this will be the final play of the first quarter. Big rush there by Tumwater, but Fosler's able to get rid of it. Danny Rapp stays on his feet and gets out to the 40-yard line. Nice job there by Danny Rapp, not going down with first contact, and stays on his feet, gets out to the 40 for the first down. Logan Schnedelman with the tackle there, and that's the end of the first quarter.
Take a look here, and actually it was Logan Schindelman who missed here initially, and then it was Cummings who then brought him down later across the 40, but a great job of getting the first down.
So that's the end of the first quarter. We're back with more here at Lampson Stadium. You're watching the state football semifinals on SWX.
Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Howdy doody, Shooty.
What are you doing here?
In the icebox? Where do you expect to find a can of pop? The microwave?
Excuse me, I'm just going to grab some milk.
You're giving pop the cold milk?
It is, Senor.
You think I have gone fat, huh? I'm bubbling again.
That's really good.
This is Lampson Mustangs from the Tumwater 40-yard line.
This portion of the game is brought to you by Myers Auto Tech, an AC Delco approved total service support center for your vehicle. Our technicians are ASE certified, attend ongoing training to stay current with your vehicle's most recent technology. Don't settle for less. Come to Myers Auto Tech.
Getting ready to start the second quarter here at Lampson Stadium. We're all tied up at 7-7 between the Prosser Mustangs and the Tumwater Thunderbirds. Prosser with the football, 1st and 10 on the Tumwater 40-yard line. Ryan Fosler under center. Pitch to Bubba Frank. Around the left side and still going across the 35. And a flag comes down. That's either going to be a late hit out of bounds or a face mask, because you kind of saw Bubba Frank's body turn the way a body's not supposed to turn as you're running down the football field.
Good call on the flag there, but it's tough when you're a defender there, and in that case it looked like it was David Durden who was going to be the guilty party. But when you're a defender there trying to stop somebody like Frank, you can't just assume he's going out of bounds, because he's always going to try and get an extra half yard or so. And we'll try and get a good look.
Dead ball, personal foul on the defense, 15 yards. First.
Definitely don't want to do Prosser any favors, though.
No, a personal foul penalty on Tumwater will move the football 15 yards closer and give the Mustangs some great field position. 1st and 10 on the 19 inside the red zone.
Tumwater, last offensive possession, though, for Prosser, did a nice job of bending but not breaking defensively, and see what the T-Birds can do here against the Mustangs.
So Fosler in the shotgun now with 2 wide receivers, looking to go over the middle, and the pass is incomplete. There was Elijah Hofer and Kyle Steinbach, both kind of what do they call that, the skinny post, isn't it? Heading towards the goal post, but I think both of them forgot to make the break on their route.
A little miscommunication there as far as who was supposed to go where. I think clearly they both looked a little indecisive when they were coming up out of that play, and Fosler is clearly a timing route. just threw the ball where they were supposed to be.
So that pass goes incomplete. 2nd and 10 now for the Mustangs. Fosler under center. The handoff to Bubba Frank, cuts it back up the middle, across the 20-yard line, and out to about the 17. That's a gain of about 2. It'll bring up a long 3rd down here for the Mustangs.
So definitely decision time potentially for Coach Sonicson, because they want to obviously try and get the first and get some points, some bigger points with a touchdown. But you know, you're inside 20 yards, certainly in field goal range for Trino Flores.
And there's Coach Sonicson, the offensive coordinator, getting ready. It looked like he wanted to call a timeout, I believe is what he was saying to the official there, and he does call a timeout right here. So Prosser's going to take a little extra time to think about this one. Want to make sure that they've picked the right play on their playlist to get themselves into the end zone, or at least to get another 1st down and keep this drive alive.
Yeah, it's a situation here where you know, if you're Coach Sonicson and the Mustangs, you're in good shape. It's tied 7-7. You go back to the keys to the game and wanting to just keep your emotions in check and just make sure you execute.
All right, hockey fans, the Americans Power Play coming back again on December 12th. That is a Wednesday. Join us as we talk with Coach Jim Hiller about the season, the team strategy, some behind-the-scenes look at the AM's 25th season here in the Tri-Cities. We'll have prizes and giveaways and a whole lot more. Hockey 101 as well. Be sure to join us in person, or you can tune in to Americans Power Play. It's live from Chemo's on Wednesday, December 12th, 7 p.m. here on SWX.
And a good look at that crowd here, the Mustang faithful that have made the 45-minute drive down to Lampson Stadium to support their football team. And that's what's a big part of why Prosser has been such a storied program, is the support that they get from the town, the community.
Yeah, Prosser is a town that loves their football team. So it's 3rd and 9 from the 18-yard line here for Prosser. 4 wide receivers. Fosler with the quick throw, and it's incomplete. That was Trino Flores cutting back into the middle of the field and just could not come up with the football. Looked like they were doing maybe one of those bubble screen type of plays and just didn't materialize. It'll bring up 4th down now for Prosser, and it looks like they're getting set to kick a field goal.
Yeah, that just went in and out of the bread basket for Flores, and was looking to do something with it before he actually caught it. And that's, you know, a common reason why receivers drop footballs.
So Flores now with a chance to maybe make up for that mistake. He's got a 35-yard field goal now. Snap, kick, it's up, and it is no good. Wide left, just to the left of the goalpost there, and we are still tied at 7. It's the state 2A semifinals. Prosser and Tumwater. We're back in a moment here on SWX. Welcome back. State 2A semifinals here on SWX. Tumwater with the football now. Quick handoff to Andrew Brown, breaks it back up the middle. Maybe a gain of 2. Nice job there by the Prosser defense to contain Andrew Brown.
Trying to cut it up the middle and make something happen, but there were red jerseys everywhere. So you saw it there with Prosser. Another opportunity inside the 20 there to come away with some points, and they could not do it. What did the T-Birds do here to make them pay for that inability to convert?
And the whistle blows before the ball is snapped. It looks like Tumwater wants to call a timeout. Coach Sid Otten is heading out onto the field to talk with his players. Tumwater calling a timeout here before second down. Maybe Coach Otten didn't like what he saw in that formation. Want to take a little extra time. Talking about Sid Otten, he is a legend in Washington High School football. This is his 39th season, all of them with the Tumwater Thunderbirds. Head coach here with the Tumwater T-Birds since 1974.
And 345 wins, most in state football history. So that's pretty incredible. In coaching, I think he's been a head coach 45 years. So that means he's been coaching 8.5 years longer than I've been alive. So I think he knows something about football.
He's got a pretty good knowledge of the game. So 2nd and 7 here for Tumwater. Up the middle that time. And again, the Prosser defense does a good job of bottling up the wing T. That was Cummings on the run. But not a big gain. It'll bring down about 3rd and 5 for Tumwater now.
A pretty key 3rd down stop here. Boy, some great misdirection there. I lost that football myself. Cummings up the middle, though. Didn't get much.
So Croft now looking to throw. Pass is incomplete. That one was intended for Kyle Plamondon, but Jaden Croft's pass falls incomplete. The Tumwater offense, they don't throw the football a lot. Maybe Coach Otten telling me earlier this week, maybe 8 or 9 times a game they throw that football. And really, what he asks Jaden Croft to do is just manage the offense, to get the team first downs and to not make mistakes. He's a great athlete, but that pass may be just a little bit too far out in front of Plamondon, and it falls incomplete. So now Tumwater is back to punt on 4th and 5. Prosser is able to get some pressure, and the kick is blocked. Big play there for the Mustangs. Isaiah Sanders able to bust through the line and block the punt. Prosser will take over in excellent field position, the 16-yard line.
Wow, Sanders somebody missed an assignment there because, I mean, the ball was barely on the kicker's foot there, and then boom, he is there. Great pressure there from the outside, and came through with a huge block there. So now we have the turnover and then this block punt, but, can Prosser come away with some points here with this opportunity?
So 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line now for the Mustangs. That's a pitch to Isaiah Sanders, staying in the football game after making that great play on special teams. Takes it down to about the 12-yard line.
A gain of 4 yards there, and after making the big special teams play, deserves a shot at helping to get some points on the board for the Mustangs, and a little change of pace there, perhaps spelling Frank, who's been used quite a bit in the football game.
Yeah, Frank on the sidelines, right next to Coach Sonicson, though, with his helmet on, so I don't think he's hurt. I think he's ready to come back in the game as soon as Coach Sonicson wants him to. That pass there from Fossler, incomplete. That one was intended for Danny Rapp along the far sideline there, falls incomplete.
You see Frank now coming back into the game. That's just probably the second time I can remember offhand where Fazler and Rapp have had an opportunity to connect on a big pass play, and they just were not quite on the same page there. I think number 10 wishes he had this one back, as he just was a little bit off the mark.
Yeah, Rapp was open on that play. So the pitch is to Frank. Gets around the corner, still on his feet across the 10 and still running. Finally knocked down at about the 6-yard line. Very close to a first down for Prosser.
That was actually Danny Rapp, I believe, on that play who took the ball for the run there. Perhaps a little bit of a decoy for Frank as we see it here on an end around. And got a nice block up there from one of his receivers. fellow receivers there to pick up some positive yards. But a key fourth.
So now it is fourth. Up to the line quickly. Bubba Frank.
I don't think he got it.
I don't know. It's going to be close. Depends on where. No, the referee doesn't want to waste any time. He's giving it over to Tumwater right now. Bubba Frank stopped on fourth down. Did not get the first down, and Tumwater will take over the football on downs.
Wow, that was a huge defensive stop there for the T-Birds. And Prosser has been knocking on the door several times now and not come away with points. And when you're playing a team as talented as Tumwater is, if you can't convert on opportunities like that, it could come back to bite you later on.
So now it's Tumwater with the football. Quick pitch. Back up the middle. That's Brown. Out to about the 10-yard line. But yeah, you got to give Tumwater's defense credit on that last fourth down play, because Prosser came up to the line quickly trying to catch Tumwater off guard, and they were ready to go.
You can see on that run there, though, Brown is just so elusive. You just get him a little bit of room, and he'll just run, Barry Sanders-like, up, down, sideways. He doesn't care, and he'll find a place to move it.
2nd and 7 now. Brown again, this time on the end around, out to about the 19-yard line. That should be enough for a Tumwater first down.
And credit Elijah Hofer there for pushing him out of bounds, because it looked like Brown was about to turn it upfield. And that could have been 6 if not for Hofer just doing everything he could to push him out of bounds.
So the chain gang moving the chains, and another first down now for Tumwater. They're on the 20-yard line here and dodging bullets from the Prosser offense, and so far coming away unscathed.
If I'm Coach Otten right now, I'm pretty happy with a 7-7 score.
Croft, quick handoff up the middle, still on his feet and still running. That's Christian Cummings. Gets it out to about the 35-yard line. A nice job there by the fullback, Christian Cummings.
Yeah, just a good job of spinning and being a little shifty there, and you don't have to make them miss completely, just enough so they can't bring you down there. Nice little spin there. Spun away from a tackle. Got an extra 3 or 4 yards.
Cummings again up the middle, and he's still on his feet. That one a gain of about 12 yards, and it's another Tumwater first down.
Got to wonder here if Prosser's defense and Prosser in general is just a little bit deflated after just missing some opportunities, and now they're starting to give up some uncharacteristically big runs of 10 or more yards. Haven't seen that yet in the game.
Tumwater back up to the line of scrimmage quickly. Again, Christian Cummings up the middle. Cross midfield, fumble. Ball's on the ground. Waiting for the signal from the officials. Prosser thinks they've got it. Ethan Hibbs, we believe, came up with the football. But the officials aren't so sure. They're doing some conferencing now, and now they do finally give the football to Prosser. So after a bit of a conference, Prosser comes up with a big turnover. Christian Cummings.
Down. Yeah, I don't think he was. That's the right call.
Very close, but the ball comes out, and Hibbs falls on it. No instant replay in high school football. No challenge flag in high school football. So Prosser gets the football, and will have it again, this time from their own 45-yard line.
Interesting here is just you got Tumwater having trouble holding onto the football and making some mistakes, and then Prosser unable thus far to capitalize on those mistakes, but another opportunity again.
So 1st and 10 now for the Mustangs from their own 45. And whistle blows. Delay of game called on the Mustangs, so that'll move them back 5 yards. And that's an interesting call from what we've seen in this game so far. Both offenses get to the line very quickly. Not a lot of time wasted between plays. It's a pass from Fossler to Isaiah Sanders again. Not a whole lot of yardage gained. We'll bring up 2nd down and long for the Mustangs.
Tumwater did a nice job of just reading that screen pass there, and just, and that's part of what you do with the spread is your passing game in essence becomes your running game. You just get the receiver out in a little space, but Tumwater, nice job of just making sure Sanders couldn't do anything.
Fumbled snap, and Tumwater falls on the football. Ryan Fossler fumbles the snap, and Joe Brewski falls on it. A bad snap there for the Mustangs. Brewski is Joey on the spot, and comes up with the football for Tumwater, and the T-Birds will now take over. So they're about where they would have been if Cummings hadn't fumbled the football.
Uncharacteristic from both football teams because they're both so good about being smart with the football,
right.
And that's part of why they came into this football game with 11-1 records respectively.
Yeah, both teams not known for making many mistakes on the field. They both run solid programs, storied programs that have been playoff caliber programs for a long time. Well, fans, it's basketball season's right around the corner. We've got high school basketball coming up on SWX. We kick off with a pairing of the West Valleys as West Valley of Spokane takes on the West Valley Rams of Yakima. That's coming up on Friday, November 30th. Then the following week, we're heading back to Yakima for the West Valley Rams. They'll be taking on these very same Prosser Mustangs on December 6th. It's another great season of high school basketball coming up this winter right here on your home for local sports, SWX.
Gotta love it. It's a lot of fun just watching high school sports, and SWX doing a great job of broadcasting high school sports and local college sports, all throughout Eastern Washington, Eastern and Central Washington.
So Tumwater with the football now, 1st and 10 from the Prosser 37-yard line. We've got about 6.5 minutes left here in the first half. On the run there, that's Tyra Snow. Nice job getting about 10 yards, real close to that first down marker. A nice run there by Tyra Snow, the sophomore.
And you see it right here, another big run play. So, Tumwater, after that turnover, offensively, they don't miss a beat. They're getting those 9-10-yard pickups, running the football here. Last 3 or 4 plays in a row offensively.
Came up just short of the first down, 2nd and 1. Nice job there by Prosser to break through the line. That was Elijah Hofer timing his blitz perfectly.
He snuck up there right as he was about to call the snap, and I don't think that Croft saw him, and he just busted right through the line. They didn't have any protection for him. Yeah,
broke through, was not blocked, and was able to stop the back in the backfield. So it'll bring up now 3rd and 3 for Tumwater.
And an opportunity here for Prosser, to get a potential stop here, because on a 3rd and half a yard, not looking quite as promising.
Croft under center. Barking out the signals, and a flag is called. Looks like we might have a delay of game penalty now on Tumwater.
And that's not what you want to do if you're Joe Schotten. Because here you are, 3rd and 3. Now you're looking at a 3rd and 8, and you put your quarterback, who, as you mentioned, throws it 8 or 9 times a game, in a position where he needs to complete an 8-10 yard pass.
So Coach Otten now wants to take a timeout here with 3rd and 8 because it's a point in the ball game. We've got 5 minutes and 23 seconds left in the first half. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with state football semifinal right here on SWX.
Find your local agent at 300 Farmers or online at farmers.com.
Welcome back to Lampson Stadium. Big third down play here for Tumwater. 3rd and 8 from the 35-yard line. Croft fakes the handoff. Now he's going to drop it off to Andrew Brown, and he's got room to run, and he's still on his feet, and he's gone. Touchdown Tumwater, 35 yards, Andrew Brown.
That was just a great call coming out of the timeout by Coach Otten. Nobody within 10 feet of the most dangerous player on the field in number 24, and he had no trouble once he gets up, from 0 to 60. Very tough to bring down. He just shot right down the sideline. Great play call there by Coach Otten, and a great run there after the catch by Andrew Brown.
So Tumwater setting up now for the extra point. The kick is up, and it's good. So the T-Birds now with a 14-7 lead over Prosser. So that fumble by the Mustangs comes back to hurt them.
And unlike the Mustangs, the T-Birds are able to capitalize on the turnover and turn it into some points, and it's enough to give them a 7-point lead. And how ironic is that, with the block punt and 2 fumbles on the part of the T-Birds, that it's Tumwater leading here and taking a lead on a turnover.
Yeah,
That's a
the T-Birds just set up the screen pass perfectly. A great wall for Brown to run behind, and he never got touched down that sideline. Ran straight into the end zone.
Once he gets into that high gear, it's just forget about it. You got to hope you're right in his path, because it's tough to catch up to him and find the angle.
So Tumwater now taking a 14-7 lead. We've got 5 minutes and 11 seconds here left in the first half. Fans of all ages out here at Lampson Stadium tonight. A nice night for football, not too cold.
That looks pretty toasty, though. If I was sitting out, I wouldn't care about the color. I'd put something like that on, too. It's pretty comfortable. What do you call those things? Those wraps? They were like schmoozies or something?
Oh, the Snuggies.
Snuggies, there you go. Schmoozies.
Schmoozies. I'm not sure what the schmoozie is.
I don't know. That's somewhere buried deep in my subconscious.
A pooch kick there by Josh Nelson, and another fair catch called by Elijah Hofer. And so Prosser will get the football. We've seen, it seems like neither team wants to kick the football deep tonight.
And that's probably because they've got some guys who can take it back pretty far. But still, you would rather not have a team start at their own 31-yard line if you can pin it back a little further than that.
Yeah, some fine field position to start off with for Prosser here. They trail it now 14-7 with 5 minutes and 8 seconds left here in the first half. Fossler fakes one handoff and then gives it to Bubba Frank the other way, and Bubba's still running across the 50 to the 40, still on his feet, and finally brought down about the 27-yard line. Great run there by Bubba Frank.
About 42 yards on that run by Frank. Very different. They both wear the number 24. One guy's a track star, and Bubba Frank just keeps barreling forward, and he's just so tough to bring down. What a great run, and the Mustangs really needed that. I was just thinking, when you were setting the stage for the start of that offensive possession, plenty of time for the Mustangs.
Quick pass there from that's Sterling Clark coming up with the catch. The quick pass there from Ryan Fossler. Gain of about 5 yards, it looks like. It'll bring up second down now for Prosser. We talk about Tumwater with the misdirection in their wing T offense. That was a bit of a misdirection play there with Bubba Frank's long 42-yard run as well. So now Fossler with 5 wide receivers. Looking to his right. He's got a man open, but the pass just past the outstretched fingertips. Falls incomplete. That was Danny Rapp, the intended receiver.
And they have just been so close on now this is 3 pass plays that I can remember where they have just been off by about 6 or 8 inches from a nice big pickup to keep the drive moving.
And that passing lane opened up nicely for Fossler. If he could have just gotten it in there a little bit closer to Rapp, that play probably had 6 points written all over it.
And Fossler's a very accurate quarterback at 67% completion. Maybe it's the pressure that he feels mentally to get rid of the ball quickly because of that Tumwater front line. 5
wide receivers again for Prosser. Quick throw for wide open is Sterling Clark, and is into the end zone for the touchdown. Touchdown Prosser. Ryan Fossler to Sterling Clark.
Now he found it. Number 10 finally finds the target. In this case, it's 12 and not 21. Clark, 23 yards on that touchdown, and just a beautifully thrown ball. Clark did a great job of getting open. He was wide open and just trotted in untouched.
So Prosser able to move the football quickly because their drive started with about 5 minutes and 11 seconds left on the clock. They took less than a minute to score this touchdown, and now they're an extra point away from tying the football game. Kick is up from Tino Flores, and it's good. And just like that, we're tied at 14.
Well, that was some kind of play right there by Fazler. Had good protection, felt a little heat, but just lofted it right where Clark was going to be. Great timing pattern, and that's just the experience you see between quarterback and receiver. They work so well together. 16 touchdowns between the two. Rapp, of course, and Fazler also came into this game with 15 touchdowns between them. So Prosser answers the bell after Tumwater goes up 14-7.
Well, hockey fans, we don't want to forget about you as well. We've got the Americans Power Play Show coming up again on December 12th. You can join us as we talk with Coach Jim Hiller, as well as the AMS players, talking strategy, a little Hockey 101. We've got prizes and giveaways and a whole lot more. You can join us in person down at Chemo's, or you can watch us right here on SWX. That's on December 12th at 7 p.m. You don't want to miss it. We've had a lot of fun with that show here this season with the Tri-City Americans. It's, of course, the Americans celebrating their 25th hockey season here in the Tri-Cities.
That's great, and hockey, especially on the minor league level, very fan friendly. I just remember when I was down in the Carolinas way back when in the day, and even when I was in the Midwest, I've done some travel as a sportscaster. Professional hockey players were some of the best folks to cover. A lot of enthusiasm about their sport.
So this kick goes a little bit deeper for Prosser. Tumwater's able to come up with it. That's looks like Christian Cummings returning that football. Takes it out to about the 35-yard line.
Still seems a little bit odd to me. I got to imagine that they're just a little bit weary. I know that Andrew Brown came into this game with 6 kickoffs that he's returned for touchdowns, so that must be in the scouting report.
Yeah.
But still, Christian Cummings is no slouch either. If fielding into that 30, he could certainly do damage.
So we've got 4 minutes and 7 seconds left here in the first half. Judging by the last 2 drives by each team, plenty of time for both teams to score. On the run there, that was Tyrus Snow. Not much there. Nice job by the Prosser defense.
Still plenty of time for both teams here to potentially get another score on the board. They both shown the ability to score quickly. Of course, Tumwater, with its running attack primarily, will probably drain more clock. So if the Mustangs want to get the ball back, they'll need to come up with a stop here. As you saw, Snow just ran right into a wall of red.
So 2nd and 9 now. Croft looked like a double handoff there. It ends up in Andrew Brown's hands, and Prosser not fooled by the misdirection there. A nice job by the Mustang defense.
Really nice job there. Bubba Frank on the tackle there with Elijah Hofer. Something that Coach Sonics had said to me this week, because I was just asking about the Delaware wing tee offense, which is so difficult when it's executed well to really, to try and follow the football. But he said, the key is to follow the guards. They're going to take you to the football. And you saw that the linebackers and the line there for Prosser did a nice job of following the guards who were pulling as a blocker for Brown.
So 3rd and 8. And the whistle blows. Looks like Tumwater is taking another timeout here. So no flag on the play, but Tumwater calling a timeout before the play clock expired. Coach Otten again wants to probably think about which play is going to work best here on 3rd and 8 from the 37. Of course, the last time he did this was a nice 35-yard touchdown pass from Jaden Croft to Andrew Brown. Well, fans, it's basketball season's right around the corner. High school basketball here on SWX will kick off with a pairing of the West Valleys. West Valley of Spokane taking on the West Valley Rams of Yakima. That's coming up on Friday, November 30th. The following week, we're heading back to Yakima for the West Valley Rams, taking on the Prosser Mustangs. That's happening on December 6th. Another great season of high school basketball coming your way this winter. Your home for local sports, SWX.
Well, the enthusiasm that we see there from the Prosser student section.
So 3rd and 8 now for Tumwater. Croft in the shotgun. And the handoff to Cummings, and the Prosser defense not fooled. Big play there, big stop by Bubba Frank.
They were hoping to catch him napping on the draw play there, but good job of staying home by the Prosser defense there in respecting their assignments and the gaps that they needed to cover. As you see here, they tried to just fake the pass play, and Cummings just went nowhere.
So Tumwater now looking to punt. Elijah Hill back to kick. Sterling Clark is back to receive. Fumbled snap, and Hill does not get the kick away. Prosser tackling Elijah Hill in the backfield, and the Mustangs are going to come up with great field position one more time.
And how ironic is this? And sometimes just the oddest things happen, but Tumwater, I mean, one of their MOs coming to this football game is how dangerous they were on special teams, and here it's, special teams mistakes that could potentially cost them the football game.
Yeah, the snap actually looked like it was fine. I think Elijah Hill just mishandled the football as he was getting ready to kick it.
Looked
falls
a little
out of his
low,
hands.
not that I'm one to really,
But either way, Prosser's able to come up with it. A great field position. 28-yard line now with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left here in the first half. 5 wide receivers for Ryan Fosler. Over the middle, almost intercepted, and it falls incomplete. Pass intended for Danny Rapp. A late flag comes in
I
as
think
well.
there was a late hit there on Rapp after he couldn't quite get his fingers on the ball there. And I think that's going to be a late hit against Tumwater. And, you don't want to give Prosser any unnecessary advantages here because, it's a late hit, personal foul against Tumwater. That's the right call, and we'll take another look here and see it. Over the middle, you can see the pass there, but then there's the hit. That's Westby, who came a little late on Rapp, and that's going to be 15 more yards from where the ball was. But, you have a situation where with 2 minutes and 25 seconds left.
Dead ball, personal foul, illegal helmet contact on the defense.
Interesting. So that might have been it more specifically, was the helmet. But, 2 minutes and 25 seconds for an offense like Prosser's, at their own 20-yard line, they could easily go down the field and score. Now, you've done them quite a bit of favors, and Coach Otten, as you can see, arms crossed.
Yeah, very frustrated probably with the composure of his team right now, making some uncharacteristic mistakes and getting called for some uncharacteristic penalties as well. So 1st and 10 from the 14 for Prosser. Quick pass across the middle. I believe that was Rapp again. This time they're able to connect Fosler and Rapp. Short gain of maybe a yard or two.
He ran right into the teeth of that Tumwater front line and didn't get much once he ran into him. He was tackled right away.
So the clock continues to run. We're down to about 1:48 now left here in the first half. In motion goes Bubba Frank. Quick pass and a nice job by the Tumwater defense to stop that play. Gabe Gleases with the big tackle there. Bubba Frank stopped in the backfield, losing some yards.
He just got laid out, man. That was rough. That play was, got to say this, sometimes as a quarterback you can look off the defense a little bit, but that throw was definitely telegraphed. It could have been much worse than that.
Yeah, take another look at it. It almost looked like maybe there wasn't even a completed pass, because I don't know that Bubba Frank came down to the ground with the ball. I don't know if he got a foot down with the ball before it was knocked out of his hands and out of incomplete. But either way, Prosser maintains the football, and now Coach Sonicson wants to call a timeout with 1:16 seconds left. And the football on the 17-yard line. They're facing 3rd and 13.
And here we are again, 3rd and 13. Great opportunity to score off a turnover, or in this case a mistake, with the botched punt. And can the Mustangs come away with some points? Tumwater's been able to take advantage when Prosser's made a mistake, but I think we're going to go back into the 4th quarter if this game's close, or if the Mustangs aren't in control, and point to these opportunities in the first half that they haven't capitalized on.
Yes, because there definitely have been 2 or 3 chances here where Prosser's had the football in scoring position and hasn't been able to capitalize on the mistakes that Tumwater has made.
And I think you credit Tumwater with the way they've been able to to defend those bubble screens that are so common in the spread, where you get it quickly out to a receiver on the either side to make a play. They've done a great job of that, and then Fasler hasn't been able to convert on those deeper passes to some of his favorite targets.
So here we go, 3rd and 13 for the Mustangs. Fasler looking to throw over the middle, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Craig Westby. So a big play by the Tumwater defense stops Prosser from scoring when they're from the 17-yard line.
And he threw that ball right into double coverage. I think he was just trying to thread the needle there, and it was a little bit out in front of Sterling Clark, but Westby, the safety, had that play read well before it was thrown.
So you have to give credit to the Tumwater defense for standing firm and making the big play, stopping Prosser from scoring when it looked like they were ready to put more points on the board here just before halftime. Tumwater now. The carry there by Christian Cummings, and he's very close to the goal line. Looks like he was able to get out of the end zone. It'll be 2nd down for Tumwater.
Lost about a half a yard on that one. His forward progress is the only reason that wasn't a safety.
Yeah.
But I think part of the reason, just as we take another look at this play here, a great play, by the way, of the Prosser defense. It looked like it was Ethan Hibbs who brought him down finally.
2nd down now. Running for Tumwater, that's Cummings again, breaking through some tackles and getting out across the 10-yard line. So a nice job of running there by Christian Cummings to give Tumwater a little bit more breathing room.
Trickled down to 21 seconds, but a little bit undisciplined there. They were so anxious to go for the safety again. They almost missed Cummings there, and he could have been gone.
So we've got 12 seconds left here in the first half. It looks like Tumwater is satisfied to head to the locker room with a 14-14 tie. So both teams heading to the locker room. We are at halftime of the state 2A semifinals here at Lampson Stadium. It's Tumwater 14, Prosser 14. You're watching the high school playoffs on SWX.
Temperature and changes in altitude can dramatically affect your tire's pressure, so check them regularly. You'll know you're driving a safer, more economical vehicle. Play it smart, play it safe. This message is brought to you by your Les Schwab Tire Centers.
Well, welcome back. We are at halftime here at Lampson Stadium, the State 2A semifinals. A trip to the Tacoma Dome on the line, and right now we're tied at 14 apiece between the Prosser Mustangs and the Tumwater Thunderbirds.
When you look at this score, if you're the T-Birds, you're thrilled that it's 14-14, and if you're the Mustangs, you're saying, shoot, we could be up, 28, 35 to 14 here.
We had a lot of
opportunities.
Missed opportunities, absolutely. Let's take a look at the keys to the game we talked about at the start of the game, Brian. And for the most part, how are the teams working to reach these goals?
Well, when you look at Prosser, they did start strong. They got the first points on the board in this football game, although you could argue after those initial points they weren't able to stay in it and convert on some other missed opportunities. Defending the run, that's going to be a struggle. I don't care how good you are defensively. They've done a fairly good job of that, I would say. As far as keeping their emotions in check, I'd give them credit for that because things have definitely not necessarily gone their way offensively all the time, and they've kept after it and stayed in the football game even when they went down 14-7. T-Birds have done a great job establishing the run. I don't think they've done a great job of putting pressure on Fazler. I think it's been more an issue where he's just been a little bit off target tonight, uncharacteristically. And they have allowed a couple of big plays, but more than that, they've just been very mistake-prone, especially in that second quarter. And, with 3 turnovers in the football game, to be tied against a team like Prosser, you are pretty lucky. And you've got to believe, I don't care how much Prosser is struggling offensively, that they are not going to get away with another 3 turnovers in the second half.
Yeah, it's been a little bit sloppy here in the first half. Let's take a look at how we got to our halftime score of 14-14. Taking a look at some of the first half highlights. Prosser getting on the board first. Bubba Frank with the short touchdown run.
And he's been a big factor in this football game. He had a huge run of about 30-some yards. I think it was 44 yards, actually, to set up their second touchdown, and they needed it.
Here's Tumwater's first touchdown run. That's Andrew Brown coming around the end there, and wide open room for him. And then the second touchdown for Tumwater coming again to Andrew Brown. A nice pass from Croft to Brown, and he just scampered 35 yards down the sideline, gave Tumwater a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, he's just so fast. If he gets space, he can just take off right down the sideline.
And then a nice job here by Prosser answering back. Ryan Fosler finding his one of his favorite targets this year, Sterling Clark, for the touchdown there, and that is how we reached our score of 14-14. Again, there have been a few miscues here in the first half, but to be basically we're back at 0. So we're going to play one half of football for all the marbles and a trip to Tacoma for the state championship game.
Well, there were a couple of epic battles between these two schools in the 90s. Looks like we're going to do one here in the 2000s. So we'll be a part of that history. A lot of these kids here are having a blast, enjoying the football game. Looks like trying to just get some of those extra jitters out.
Get the blood pumping. It's a little chilly out there this evening. We're still at halftime here at Lampson Stadium. We're back with more right after this. And welcome back to Lampson Stadium. We are at halftime of the State 2A semifinals. A great night for football here in the Tri-Cities. And everyone's enjoying themselves.
They are. That's my daughter right there. She likes that kind of stuff, the Pepsi.
Oh, okay. That's not actually your daughter.
That's not actually my daughter.
But your daughter enjoys a nice Pepsi, a soft drink at a football game?
Yeah, she's tough to pry out of her hands, actually.
Now, you know, Brian, the football season is winding down. One of these teams will move on to the state championship game next week in Tacoma, but our high school basketball season is moving right in. In fact, it starts at the end of this month on the 30th with a game between West Valley of Spokane and West Valley of Yakima. That game will be played up in Spokane. We've got another full set of games coming up on SWX this winter.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to broadcast those games. A lot of talent, of course, the Davis Pirates out of Yakima.
Right, the defending 4A champs.
Yeah, defending 4A champs. A lot of talent coming back, led by their head coach, Eli Juarez, who certainly has a great reputation as a basketball coach and had a lot of winners there up in Pirate Country.
And we've got some great rivalry games coming up this year as well. On December 6th, we've got Prosser at West Valley. West Valley dropping back down into the 2A ranks this year and taking on, reestablishing a lot of those rivalries in the CWAC that they had in years past.
And we saw that in the football season. It was really nice because there weren't these huge travels that fans would have to make.
Right.
And so you'd see the visiting stands a little bit more filled up and a little bit more, it's better at the gate. Better for concessions for all schools involved, and it's nice to see that support. And you see the support here, and no surprise with Prosser High School football, the entire town's probably here in some form or fashion, or watching us on SWX.
Sure, absolutely. In fact, you can watch a replay of this game as well coming up tomorrow morning. If you're so inclined to, maybe you've got friends that are here at the game and you want to tell them, if you're watching at home, you can tell them that they can catch the game again tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock right here on SWX. Talking about the basketball schedule a little bit more, some great rivalries in the Mid-Columbia Conference as well, with Kennewick and Kennewick, that great crosstown rivalry, Hanford and Richland, a couple of crosstown rivals as well. But we also have great rivalries up in the Big Nine as well, with Ike and Davis meeting twice, and you'll see both of those, Ike and Davis playing each other several times this year, but you'll see two games between the Cadets and the Pirates right here on SWX.
It'll be a lot of fun, and it's certainly when you go to the Davis gym, that thing is like a steel drum. It's so loud, and the fans are literally right there with you when you're broadcasting it, so a lot of energy in the stands, a lot of fun to watch all these high school football games.
All right, so we are at halftime. We're getting ready to start the second half. When we come back, we will have the third quarter for you. You're watching the State 2A football semifinals right here on SWX.
This game is brought to you by Irrigation Specialists, a Lindsay company. Their full team of irrigation specialists are trained to meet the unique requirements of your project. No matter how large or complex, they can design and install your Zematic center pivot installation. Irrigation Specialists of Pasco, Othello, and Grandview, a Lindsay company.
Getting ready to start the third quarter here at Lampson Stadium. We are tied at 14 apiece. The state 2A semifinals. Winner of this game will face Linden next week in the championship game in the Tacoma Dome. So the kickoff to the start of the third quarter. Another pooch kick and a fair catch called by Prosser. Comes down with it at about the 39-yard line.
That was Hofer.
Hofer again coming up with it. Elijah Hofer, Jr., calls the fair catch, and that's where Prosser will start with the football at their own 38-yard line.
Just check the flags there, because I'm just trying to figure out why both teams are, to see if there's a wind issue, but there's no wind whatsoever.
No,
and
yeah.
I don't understand. There can't be a strategy to try and kick the ball to the 40-yard line.
Either way, we're starting the third quarter here now with Prosser starting with 4 wide receivers and a flag called as the ball was snapped, maybe an illegal procedure.
Dead ball, false start on the offense, 5 yards, repeat first down.
I guess whenever a flag's thrown, it's an illegal procedure because there wouldn't be a flag if it was legal. But anyway, yes, the false start called on Prosser. They're going to knock him back 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15 now from their own 33. Fossler in the shotgun, now looking back to the sidelines. Bubba Frank moves over to his other side. Quick pass. That's caught. Across the 35, that was Trino Flores. Short gain, maybe 3 yards.
They tried to get him out in space. Fosler did a nice job of just at least getting rid of the football because he had a couple of linemen right in his grill as he got rid of that. Had to throw it up high, too, because they're pretty tall.
2nd and 12 now. Hand off to Bubba Frank, back up the middle, breaks 2 or 3 tackles, still on his feet and across the 40-yard line, finally down at about the 42. Another nice run there by Bubba Frank.
And boy, was that he ran right into Joe Bruschi at the line of scrimmage and just shook off a guy who's 6'3" and 230 pounds like he was nothing.
Yeah. Joe Bruschi, a second-team all-conference player in the Evergreen Conference. One of the key players on defense, according to Coach Sid Otten. Nice job there by the Prosser offense getting the offside call. Nick Forstell steps into the neutral zone.
Dead ball, encroachment on the defense.
So that's a 5-yard penalty against Tumwater, and it all of a sudden makes 3rd and 6 into 3rd and 1. It's a much easier conversion for the Mustangs.
So some breaks here for Prosser on this offensive drive, and while it was perhaps a little bit disappointing to go in with a tie at halftime, they get the ball back and now have a drive at midfield.
Prosser up to the line of scrimmage quickly, and now Fosler will step back. Perhaps trying to draw Tumwater again offsides. Snap goes back to Bubba Frank, and he's able to break a couple tackles and get cut back up the middle. Maybe, no, but it looks like they're going to mark him well short of the first down. In fact, he may have lost a yard. It's going to be 4th down now for Prosser.
Great penetration. Boy, they did a nice job of just the entire front 7 for Tumwater was in the backfield.
Yeah, by the time that play was over, there were 5 or 6 T-Birds right there.
I think he lost about a half yard on that one. It looks like Mustangs are going to go for it, showing a lot of confidence in their defense.
So they're going for it on 4th and 7. Fosler under center. No handoff. Quick throw. Pass is complete. And he's got room to run. That's Kyle Steinbach. Finally brought down at about the 40-yard line, but a big first down there for Prosser. And it looks like Steinbach is still down on the ground.
Yeah, shaken up on that play, and he got some extra yards there. Got a little open space, but They delivered the punishment, did the Thunderbirds, as we'll see it here. Nice job of turning it up the field. Yeah, and it was Westby. Boy, and Westby, no, that actually wasn't Westby. I stand corrected. That was Gabe Gleasis. Another one, though. Westby and Gleasis have both been delivering some shots in this football game. Remember them from the first half.
So Steinbach up on his own 2 feet and running off the field now. Probably had the wind knocked out of him a little bit. Heading back to the sidelines, but a fresh set of downs for Prosser now, as it's 1st and 10 from the Tumwater 41-yard line. Just getting things underway here in the third quarter. We're all tied at 14 apiece. Fosler in the shotgun. Quick throw to Frank, and a nice job there by the Tumwater defense. Nick Forstel with the tackle and a loss of probably 6 yards, it looks like. 7 or 8 yards, actually. They keep moving the ball marker back. Lost about 8 yards on that play. A nice job by Tumwater bringing pressure and forcing Fosler to get rid of the football quickly.
And Forstel did a nice job of just shaking off his block there so he could get to Frank, as he had that play sniffed out pretty quickly.
So 2nd and 17 now for Prosser. Fosler in the shotgun, 4 wide receivers. Bubba Frank now heading out as a wide receiver. Fosler looking down the sidelines, and that pass is intercepted. Looked like Riley, 22, I'm sorry, that was Gabe Gleasis with the interception. That ball actually, as Fosler let go of it, it looked like it was heading to Gleasis the whole time.
Yeah, you know, the thing about it was Clark, who had the other route there on that run, running just a little bit, about 5 yards away from where Flores was actually open.
Right.
And it just seemed like Fosler made the wrong read there. And he's got 2 interceptions in this game, which is half as many as he had for the entire season coming in.
So Tumwater gets the football back on the turnover. The run up the middle gains minimal yardage. It'll be 2nd down for the T-Birds. But a big turnover there, and Tumwater will be looking to capitalize.
Yeah, I got to say this, looking at Fosler and the way he's playing quarterback here, he may not have been hit or sacked in this football game, but that line is very tall, and he's a shorter quarterback at 5'10", and I think he's having a little trouble seeing over that front line for Tumwater.
So 2nd and 7 now. On the carry, nice job there. That was Danny Rapp with the tackle in the backfield, bringing down Tyra Snow for a loss of yardage. It'll make up 3rd and long for Tumwater, 3rd and 10.
Give Prosser credit, because they've had a turnover or a failed offensive possession get snuffed out deep in Tumwater territory, and their defense just seems to come right back, and their defense is really their offensive players, because they're two-way guys.
Sure. The pitch is over to Andrew Brown. He gets around the corner. It's not going to get enough for the 1st down, though. Knocked out of bounds at about the 25. It'll bring up 4th down for Tumwater. Probably a situation where they're going to have to punt. And that's actually hasn't been good news for Tumwater tonight.
Yeah, they've had 2. They had a punt blocked, and they had another bungled snap where the kicker, Elijah Hill, was tackled deep in Tumwater territory. A nice job of defending the edge here by Sterling Clark for Prosser to force Brown out of bounds.
But on 4th and 5 from your own 25, you've probably got to kick the football here. So Elijah Hill is back to kick again. He gets this one away. So a punt goes for Prosser, and that one's going to continue to roll, take a Tumwater bounce, and it'll finally come to a stop at about the 22-yard line.
Is that a football or a hot potato? Because both teams have just, they kind of get around the football in certain situations, and that was a high snap, by the way, and a great job by Elijah Hill to reach up and grab it and then get the kick away. And then Sterling Clark was thinking about making a move on the return, and then just at the last minute had other ideas and just decided to play it safe.
So it'll be 1st down and 10 for Prosser now. They'll have the football on their own 22-yard line. We've got 7 minutes and 16 seconds left here in the third quarter. So both possessions here, both of their first possessions, each team their first possessions here in the third quarter. Not much going on so far. The run there by the Mustangs up the middle, that's Bubba Frank again, gets out to about the 24-yard line. Gain of maybe 2 yards. You have to give Prosser's defense credit there. There was the turnover, the interception, by Tumwater, and they turned around and had a quick 3 and out, and now Prosser's got the football back with no real harm done.
And for Fazler, his 2 interceptions have really amounted to punts because they've happened, deep in enemy territory, so they haven't hurt the Mustangs in that respect.
Second down now, fakes the handoff, quick throw in the middle. Hofer passes incomplete. Hofer had it in his hands for a little bit. Knocked out by Christian Cummings. Nice job on defense there by Cummings. And it'll bring up 3rd and 7.
Seeing a little bit of the physicality of this Tumwater defense, and that's part of the reason why they set a school record with 58 points this season.
That ball thrown a little bit behind Hofer. Had to turn back around to get it, and that probably gave Cummings just enough time to get there and make the contact and make it harder for Hofer to make that catch. Fosler looking over the middle, almost intercepted. That pass intended for Sterling Clark, but a nice job on defense by Craig Westby.
He got his hand up there. That was just a phenomenal athletic play, because if he doesn't try and make a play on that, that might actually squeak through to Clark on a dead run, and that could have been a very big play. But Westby almost turned it into a turnover there. That was just a phenomenal defensive play there by the safety. And he's made some big hits.
Yeah.
And come away with some plays like that.
So 4th and 7 now. Prosser forced to punt. Bubba Frank is back to kick. I believe that's Bubba Frank. Yeah. Oh, not a good kick. Off the side of the foot. And Prosser's going to down that football on the 26-yard line.
That is a big break there for Tumwater. So this time it's Prosser with the special teams miscue. And Frank, who has punted the football at points during this season, there to punt, and just looked like he was feeling the pressure a little bit. And I think they had him back there to punt just because of Tumwater's front line and how they've been able to put pressure.
So Tumwater gets the football now on the Prosser 27-yard line. 1st and 10. Tie score here, 14-14. That's Cummings with the quick handoff up the middle. Gain of about 3 or 4 yards out to about the 28-yard line.
Both teams have been jabbing at each other here in the early parts of the third quarter, but it looks like Tumwater's got the best opportunity now after this special teams miscue here on the punt by Frank to put some points on the board.
Croft fakes the handoff and nowhere to run. Just decides to cut back to the middle. Gets back to about the 25. Isaiah Sanders is there for the stop. A nice job by the Prosser defense there. It'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Sanders did a nice job of pushing through from the weak side, and when Croft spun, he spun right into 30, and he brought him down for the easy sack.
So 3rd and 8 for Tumwater now. Croft looking to throw. He's got a man. The catch, or the pass, is incomplete. That one was intended for Zach DeLuco, and it came up a little bit short. DeLuco was open, but Croft not able to get the football out there far enough, and the ball hits the ground, incomplete.
He had plenty of time, great protection, and just underthrew it a little bit. And to be honest with you, that's a catch that you'd like to see your receiver make regardless, even if it wasn't in the perfect spot. And both of them just couldn't quite bring it in.
So it's 4th and 8 now, and Tumwater is going to go for it. 4th and 8 from the 25. Again, Croft looking to throw. This time the catch is made by DeLuco, and it looks like it's enough for a first down. He's out to the 15-yard line. Big play there by the T-Birds.
Using the size advantage of DeLuco there to get that first down. He did a nice job. Big target, 6'6", 185 pounds. Kind of hard to notice that on television. Huge size advantage, though, on Sterling Clark, who is 6'1", so about 5 inches on him. Nice job of running out to where he needed to be to get the first down.
1st and 10 from the 15. Christian Cummings with the handoff, breaks a couple of tackles, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown. Christian Cummings, touchdown Tumwater.
Beautiful looking run there by Cummings, making a couple of guys miss and took it right to the pylon.
15 yards for the touchdown, and Tumwater has gone out to a 20-14 lead. A nice run there by Christian Cummings. breaking a few tackles and getting into the end zone. Bad snap on the extra point. The pass is incomplete.
That could have been dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Because if that didn't skip on the ground there, Clark was gone. That would have been 2 points in the other direction.
So the extra point is no good. And Tumwater has a 20-14 lead. You're watching the State 2A semifinals right here on SWX. The State 2A semifinals here at Lampson Stadium. Tumwater Thunderbirds now with a 20-14 lead over the Prosser Mustangs. Winner of this game will face Linden next weekend in the Tacoma Dome with the state championship on the line.
Well, the Mustangs, they need to find something on offense here because they've definitely looked a little bit flat since their second touchdown in the later parts of the second quarter.
So the shanked punt by Bubba Frank gave Tumwater excellent field position. The T-Birds were able to take advantage of it, score the touchdown, and take the lead. A little deeper pooch kick here. Danny Rapp able to get his hands on it, and we've actually got a return on a kickoff. One of the first we've seen of those this year, this evening. Rapp able to keep his feet up underneath him and gets across the 40 out to the 41-yard line. Pretty good field position for Prosser to start off with.
Seems like every time Tumwater is able to land a punch, Prosser's offense gets a little bit more juice in their step and is ready to answer. It's just when they've had the opportunity to step on the neck of their opponent, they just haven't been able to do it.
So Prosser trailing now 20-14. It'll be 1st and 10 for them from their own 41-yard line. We've got 4 minutes and 42 seconds left here in the third quarter. Fosler under center. The pitch. Nowhere to run for Isaiah Sanders. Maybe half a yard. Nice job by the Tumwater defense to hold their positions and just maintain that line of scrimmage.
Good job by Joe Brewski, the linebacker there, to run out to the edge on that toss and make sure that Sanders didn't get anything. He just got maybe a foot or so beyond the line of scrimmage.
They'll call it 2nd and 9. Fosler again under center. No handoff. Looking to throw on the rollout. Pass is incomplete, a little bit too far out past the outstretched hands of Danny Rapp.
Yeah, he had Nick Forstel in his grill, and Forstel wasn't really going to get there in time to bring him down, but he's just so big, he's got to try and throw that football, find a window to get it to his receiver, and that's why he was off the mark.
So there's been several instances this evening where Fosler has had to throw the ball a little earlier than he wants to, and I think that the Tumwater pressure, as we talked about in our keys to the game, they have been able to do that. They haven't gotten the sacks per se, but there has been enough pressure. Trick play here, and Bubba Frank has got it across the 50 to the 40, cuts it back inside, still on his feet, and now he's got room to go to the 20, 15, 10, touchdown Bubba Frank. What a play by the Prosser Mustangs.
If all else fails, just go to the hook and ladder. It worked beautifully there. I love it. What a gutsy call there by Coach Sonicson, who also wears the hat of offensive coordinator. And then Bubba Frank, who has been such a huge performer in this football game and really the last 6 or so games in the season.
58 yards for the touchdown. Flores on to kick the extra point to give Prosser a 1-point lead. It's up and it's good. So Prosser takes a 21-20 lead. The 58-yard touchdown play. Quick pass from Ryan Fosler to Danny Rapp, and then it's off to Bubba Frank.
Yeah, the hook and ladder worked beautifully. Got some great blocks there from some of the other receivers who stayed with the play, and at this point, you're not going to bring someone this big and this fast down from behind, and he's in for the score.
So the Prosser offense, known for their big plays all year long, comes up with another big one here tonight, and now they've taken the lead in this football game at 21-20.
I really love that play, though, because they've been running those bubble screens where the receivers would then take it to the middle part of the field, and they were getting nothing against that Tumwater defense. But that hook and ladder just completely flat-footed the T-Birds defensively, and they just did not know how to react to it. And by the time they did, the blocks were already there for Frank to just take off for the score.
You have to give Frank credit, too, because he came along the sideline here and then cut it back up the middle, giving his blockers time to get into the position to make those blocks and give him more room to run as he went back towards the other end of the sideline. So just a great play call there, as you mentioned, by Benji Sonicson. Get his team back in this football game. Another pooch kick by Prosser. Tumwater's going to return it. That's Christian Cummings. He gets out to about the 40-yard line.
So the T-Birds will have some pretty good field position themselves, and it's just been interesting to see both teams. Seems like they're just not kicking the ball off very well tonight.
Off of kickoffs. I don't know that either team has started with the football inside the 20-yard line.
I think they have. Unless it's been off of a turnover.
Right. So now Prosser with a 1-point lead. Still plenty of football left to be played here. 3 minutes and 41 seconds left in this game. That's Cummings again up the middle. Nice run there by Christian Cummings out to about the 48-yard line.
And that'll be a key. I mean, I don't think this T-Birds team is going to go away at all until Prosser shows that it can stop their run game. And they've been getting a lot of consistent 5+ yard gashes on runs.
So 2nd and 2 from the 48. Prof fakes the handoff, and he's got a man wide open. Oh, and he drops the football. That was Tyrus Snow, and that was a touchdown dropped.
That's one that I'm sure he'll wish he could have back and wake up in the middle of the night tonight thinking about. Boy,
they had that play perfectly set up.
Nobody expecting Croft to throw it, especially on a down that wasn't third down, and just couldn't hang on. Was thinking about where he was going to go before he brought it in.
Exactly. I think he started running before he had the football firmly to his chest. So now it's 3rd and 2. Andrew Brown gets around the end. Does he get the first down? It's going to be close. He goes out of bounds at about the 49-yard line. That, I believe, is going to be short.
It is, and wow, he just did a great job of getting away from Zach Durbin, who had his ankles and just couldn't quite hang on there. And that's the second time we see him run right at the down marker, but not quite get enough.
Bubba Frank.
Yeah, well, from that angle there, now granted we have the privilege of the slow-mo here, but that angle looks like he got it. But
referees may not have been real generous with the spot there, but it's 3rd and 1. No, it's 4th and 1. Short yardage here for the Tumwater. They're going to get the first down and a whole lot more. out across the 45 and down to the 43. I believe that was Christian Cummings again. And that's a first down for Tumwater.
So the debate over that last run by Brown pretty much moot at this point. And both teams offensively have shown the ability to answer when another team gets on the board. It seems to fire them up a little bit more.
Croft, the handoff to Snow. Still on his feet and still breaking tackles. Big run there for Tyrus Snow out to about the 26-yard line. Nice run there by the sophomore, Tyrus Snow.
It's amazing how many athletes they have because you've got Andrew Brown, a senior, but you got Christian Cummings. Now there's Tyrus Snow here who makes amends after that drop pass here. That little spin here at the end, that gets him about 4 or 5 more yards.
1st and 10 from the Prosser 27. Hand off to Cummings. Mustangs do a nice job of stopping that run. Cummings maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Really nice tackle in the open field there by Kyle Steinbach as he tried to break it outside, and Cummings got nothing. Lost about a half yard. Just great job of just hanging on to those hips because he just was like, you're taking me with you.
So it's 2nd and 11 now for Tumwater as Coach Otten calling or signaling in the plays. Jaden Croft in the shotgun here. And looking to throw. Flag is thrown, but they're still letting him play. Generally, when that happens, I don't know. It looked like it may have been an encroachment offsides penalty on Prosser. We'll wait and see. No, an illegal shift. An illegal shift on Tumwater.
That'll back him up and make it 2nd and 16.
I think that they had both guys in motion there, and maybe that's not legal.
Illegal shift on the offense. Decline. 3rd down.
So Prosser going to decline the 5-yard penalty, so it becomes 3rd and 11.
Right, I think right now the Mustangs are thinking we'd rather have them at 3rd down and long than 2nd down and longer.
Because they can get 10 yards in one clip.
Right. So 3rd and 11 now for Tumwater. Croft back to throw, pressured. Breaks free, and he's still on his feet. Across the 30 to the 25. He'll brought down about the 24-yard line. Gain of about 3 yards. Not going to be enough for the first down, but a nice effort there by Jaden Croft just to keep that play alive.
Now, Zach Durbin finally brought him down, but he was avoiding everybody, including Riley Lusk, who looked like he had him dead to rights, the big nose tackle there. Just a really nice job of Croft trying to make something of. There's Lusk, who had him dead to rights. Then Sanders misses him with his mitt. And finally, it's Durbin right there who just comes right at him.
So on 4th down, Coach Otten, Sid Otten, wants to take a timeout and talk things over. His team trailing by 1 right now, 21-20. We've got 1 minute and 11 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter here at Lampson Stadium, the state 2A semifinals.
Big stand right here for Prosser because you got to think, this is by high school standards. We're talking a 42-yard field goal. That's a pretty big distance for any kicker, even a good one to make. And we know that the way they run the football.
Fans, don't forget the Americans Power Play coming up December 12th. We'll talk with Coach Jim Hiller again. It's our Americans Power Play show. The Ams in their 25th season. We've got prizes and giveaways. Hockey 101 with the coach. We'll meet some players, talk with them as well. You can join us live at Chemo's or watch us on SWX December 12th at 7 p.m. Americans Power Play on SWX. So 4th and 7 now. Andrew Brown looking to throw on this play. A little trickeration, and the pass is incomplete, but there's a flag thrown in the end zone in the area of pass interference generally.
It's going to be pass interference against Sterling Clark, and I think the issue the officials had there was some contact, and he was not turned around to make a play on the ball. That was a great little halfback option there, called by Sid Otten. We'll see what the officials decide. Yeah, pass interference, that's a 15-yard penalty and a first down automatically, so mission accomplished there.
Yeah, Brown throwing it up, and there you see the contact.
Yeah.
That pass was intended for Addison Barrett. Falls incomplete, but the
Pass interference
did what
on the defense.
did what Tumwater wanted.
Half the distance, first down.
And a fresh set of downs.
You know, it's funny, as we talked about how Brown can score in so many different ways, we did not mention throwing the football.
Right.
Clearly there, he was going to try and throw it.
So Tumwater hangs on to the football, converts on fourth down thanks to the pass interference penalty. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. With just about a minute left here in the third quarter. Up the middle. That's Snow around the end and into the end zone for the touchdown. Tyra Snow, touchdown Tumwater.
Yeah, 12-yard run there by Snow, who dropped what was a surefire touchdown pass earlier in this drive. Well, he gets to get the touchdown anyway on that run, and just got some great blocks out in front of him and had an open lane to the end zone. And still plenty of time for Prosser. It'll be interesting to see if the T-Birds decide to go for two. As you see the run here, and the handoff, did a nice job of hesitating, noticing that the hole wasn't there, took it to the outside, and was able to score.
Tumwater is going to go for two. Croft looking to throw. And the pass is caught. Caught for the two-point conversion, Jamie Bryant. Their all-league defensive end. Also plays tight end.
I'd like to see that replay. It looked like the way he fell on it, he could have potentially trapped it, but we'll have to take another look.
So the two-point conversion is good. Here's another look at the replay.
Nice job of avoiding the pressure.
I think he had a...
Yeah, no, he got his hands
came
under
up with it.
Yeah, it's tough from our angle, from where we're at on this side of the field. He just fell on his chest, but I think you're right. His hands did get underneath it, and it's a good call there by the officials. So a full touchdown now for Tumwater, and Prosser's offense again has to answer the bell. Plenty of time, though, in this football game. You just get the feeling like, we're just swinging back and forth in the middle here, and nobody's really kind of blown the doors open either way.
Right. It's been neither team has had a lead of more than 7 points. So it's been a game that's gone back and forth, and it's been a pretty exciting evening so far.
I'll give the physicality edge, though, to Tumwater. And I do think that their really tall front line is giving Fazler some trouble, not just with pressure, but just because he's having trouble finding windows, and he's been uncharacteristically off the mark at times with his receivers.
So Josh Nelson kicks it deep this time. On the return, Prosser back up the middle. Danny Rapp gets it up and across the 40-yard line, brought down at about the 42. So they decide finally to kick the ball deep, and Prosser ends up with field position about the same spot that they would have gotten if they would have pooched it, and Elijah Hofer would have called the fair catch again.
And Rapp was pretty much one tackle away from breaking this thing.
True.
Nice tackle from behind there. Nice big hit by Logan Schindelman.
Yeah, you got to give Tumwater credit there for stopping that play, because Rapp had a good head of steam on it going. Quick pass there. Pass is complete to Sterling Clark. Gain of about 6 yards.
And that's really one of the first short passes in the middle area of the field where we've seen Prosser get some yards out of it, not just 1 or 2 or 3 yards, but get 6 on a first down.
Clock winding down here at the end of the third quarter, about 20 seconds left. Fossler tries to draw Tumwater off sides and then looks back to the sidelines. This will probably be the last play of the third quarter. Quick pass, incomplete. A little bit of miscommunication there, because nobody was looking to catch the football when Fossler threw it.
Yeah, it was well behind Rapp, who looked like the intended target.
So we will get one more play here in the third quarter, thanks to the incomplete pass. Yeah, Rapp looking back for the football. Fossler maybe thinking he was going to cut out, and Rapp was looking to cut in.
And those passes, those timing plays, when you're not on the same page, can be interceptions if you're not careful.
It's true, though. So 3rd and 4 here for Prosser from their own 48-yard line. Trailing 28-21. A double pitch, and Danny Rapp is going to be brought down in the backfield.
Fool me once,
Right.
But not again.
Fool me once, shame on me. So we've reached the end of the third quarter. Tumwater leads 28-21. It's the state 2A semifinals here on SWX.
This portion of the game is brought to you by Myers Auto Tech, an AC Delco approved total service support center for your vehicle. Our technicians are ASE certified and attend ongoing training to stay current with your vehicle's most recent technology. Don't settle for less. Come to Myers Auto Tech.
So we start the fourth quarter with a big fourth down for the Prosser Mustangs. 4th and 8. Fosler in the shotgun. A quick snap to Bubba Frank, and he's going to get a pretty good punt out of it. Ball's going to come down, and Prosser's going to down it at the 20-yard line. So Frank able to do a much better job with the kick that time.
Didn't really get much of a bounce, though, their way. It actually bounced backwards the yards for Tumwater.
So Prosser setting up in an offensive formation, but then the quick snap to Frank, and he's able to get the punt away. Pooch kick out to the 20, and Tumwater will have the football now with a 28-21 lead. 11 minutes and 49 seconds left in this ball game.
Right call by Sonics in there. Plenty of time. You're down by only a touchdown.
He does need his defense, though, to step up here. Quick handoff up the middle. That's Cummings again. Across the 25 and out to the 27. Nice gain of about 6 or 7 yards.
And that's the one thing they can't do is let the T-Birds get those big yards on first down. You want to put them in a situation where they have to consider passing the ball with Croft.
So 2nd and 3. Quick handoff again. Cummings across the 30 and out to the 35. That'll be a first down for Tumwater.
Yeah, another pickup of about 8 yards there, and those gashes of 5+ yards are just killing the Prosser Mustangs.
So they'll stop the clock to move the chains.
Killing them.
Start it up again.
Yeah, see another look here as Cummings just does a nice job of just bouncing it outside and finding a little hole and getting 5 more yards.
Flag thrown before the ball is snapped. We'll have to wait to see what the official says. Maybe in a...
Dead ball. Encroachment on the offense. 5 yards. Repeat the down.
Encroachment on the offense.
Yeah, a little movement there on the offensive line.
It's not one you see every day. but it'll move Tumwater back 5 yards. 1st and 15 now. Croft will bring it up under center. Hand off to Snow around the left side. Across the 30 again and back out to the 34, so they're almost back to the original line of scrimmage before that penalty.
And with the way they run the football, they can make a 7-point lead seem a lot larger than that because they can eat up so much clock and then put more pressure on that Prosser offense.
2nd and 11 for Tumwater. Quick handoff to Cummings again, keeping his feet under him out to about the 39-yard line. They'll bring up about 3rd and 6.
Still a nice run there as he got some contact right at the original line of scrimmage and ended up getting a good 5 yards on that run. It seems like those are the bad runs for the T-Birds. And,
right.
If they're going to have any team that can run the ball right down your throat like that, it can really have a devastating impact on your ability to stay in the football game.
So a big 3rd down here for the Prosser defense. 3rd and 6 for Tumwater. Situation where you'd think Tumwater probably looking to throw the football. Croft is throwing. Pass is incomplete. Great effort there, though, by number 85, Kyle Plamondon. Almost able to come down with that football. The ball was thrown well over his head, but he still almost came up with that catch.
Big break there for Prosser because that could have been one of those plays that allows a team like Tumwater to chew up 3 or 4 more minutes of clock on a drive. And great effort, you're right. He laid himself out and almost brought it in one-handed.
Yeah, got a hand on it, but wasn't able to control it. So Tumwater will set up to punt now. It's been kind of hit or miss for the T-Birds tonight in the punting game. This kick, though, is a good kick. Takes a good Tumwater bounce as well. Clark is going to return it. Fumbles the football, and Tumwater comes up with it. Great play by Gabe Gleases, recovering the fumble. And Tumwater's going to have the football deep in Prosser territory.
The one thing that couldn't happen happened right there is Clark, if he's going to return it, that's fine, but you got to make sure you don't cough it up. Easier said than done because the T-Birds have been very opportunistic as far as getting plays like this to happen. A great strip there. That appeared to be Kendall Reed with a big special team strip there.
So, Tumwater with the football. 1st and 10 from the Prosser 27. Christian Cummings up the middle, still on his feet, and he's going to go to the end zone. Touchdown, Tumwater. Christian Cummings, 27 yards.
That could be the knockout punch. Prosser's got to get something going, and in a hurry, down 2 scores to a team like Tumwater that can control the clock with the way they run the football so effectively. And Cummings, I mean, while only having 1 touchdown to Brown's 2 in this football game, has kind of been the more effective runner for them.
That's true. Christian Cummings, 10 touchdowns on the year. 6 of them have come in the last 4 of them, I'm sorry. 6 of them have come in the last 4 games.
And actually now 8 of them have come in the last 5 games.
Right,
and I should stand corrected there. He has 2, as many as Brown does in this football game.
So the extra point's up and good, and Tumwater leads it 35-21 here in the 4th quarter at Lampson Stadium. You're watching the state football playoffs on SWX. State 2A semifinals here at Lampson Stadium. Tumwater with a 35-21 lead now here in the fourth quarter with 9 minutes and 28 seconds left. An impressive performance here in the second half by the T-Birds, Brian.
They have really taken control and won that war in the trenches.
Fair catch called again by Hofer, so Prosser will start with the football on the 29-yard line. We got a chance to talk with Coach Otten before earlier this week, before the game, and he told us, about this team, and he said he called them ordinary kids that have just played extraordinary football this year. And when they got together for summer camp, he said making it to the semifinals was probably a pipe dream, but the kids have made believers out of them, and they've done really well and could have very easily been 0-5 to start this season, but ended up starting out 4-1. Pass there from Fosler to Rapp. Not much of a gain there, but yeah, they Coach Otten also saying probably the toughest schedule they have ever played. 4 non-league games against 3A and 4A teams. Of course, Tumwater, a 2A school. They were able to beat Timberline, which is a 3A team that won their league title this year. They also beat North Thurston and Inglemore. Inglemore, of course, a 4A team. Pass there from Fosler to Ethan Hibbs. Should be close to a first down. In fact, looks like they're going to move the chains. The only loss for Tumwater this year was to Shelton, and that was in the very first game of the year. They were also able to beat Capital this year, which moved down from 3A. And Coach just said, just amazed with what the team was able to do. They very easily could have been 0-6, but instead they were 5-1 after 6 games. Rapp breaks the tackle. He's still on his feet down the sidelines. Across the 40-yard line. They'll make another first down for Prosser. And they're going to need to score quickly here because the time is not on their side with 8.5 minutes left here in the football game.
Well, plenty of time for Prosser because this is an offense that's built to go down the field in 1.5, 2 minutes and get some points on the board. The problem is when Tumwater gets it back is they can really slow the game down.
Officials say that Rapp actually went out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Still good enough for a first down. Bubba Frank on that run goes nowhere. Nice job by the Tumwater defense to stop Bubba Frank.
Ran right into that front four for Tumwater and just couldn't push through. And Frank is so good about being able to shake off 1, 2, 3 people. Couldn't on that play.
So it'll be 2nd and 9 for Prosser. 49-yard line. 8 minutes left in the contest. Fosler in the shotgun, looking to throw. Quick pass, he's got his man. That's Trino Flores out across the 40 and thrown to the ground at 39.
Looked like some fans there were wanting some kind of a horse collar tackle there, but that looked pretty clean.
It's going to be just short of the first down. It'll bring up third and about 2.
As you see Flores here, just wrestled to the ground there by Craig Westby, who certainly made it known that he is not afraid to get physical.
Fosler looking to throw again down the sidelines. Pass is incomplete. That one was intended for Sterling Clark, but thrown just a little bit too far on the sideline. So it'll bring up 4th down now for Prosser. 4th and 1 from the Tumwater 39.
Interesting call there. I guess they were hoping to get Tumwater, off balance, not expecting the pass play, but now they definitely need to convert.
Fosler, quick throw. Rapp able to break that first tackle, and he's got enough for the first down. 1 tackle away, though, from scoring a touchdown, I think. David Durden able to bring him down by the shoestrings, and Prosser's able to get the first down, though, and move the chains.
I concur, though. That was a touchdown-saving ankle tackle by Durden. No question about it. And Rapp has been just about ready to bust loose on a play here and there, and he just hasn't quite been able to score through.
1st and 10 now for Prosser from the 33. Clock still winding down. 7 minutes and 10 seconds left. Fosler's pass is deflected. Nice job there by David Durden, getting his big mitts up in the air and knocking down Fosler's pass.
And this is where Prosser's offensive tack has appeared to slow down as they get closer to that 20 and that field shortens up. And there was Durden coming around on the blitz there. That was a safety blitz, or a corner blitz, I should say. And just nobody there in front of him who's able to knock it away.
2nd and 10, quick pitch over to Bubba Frank. He's around the end, across the 30, and brought down at about the 29-yard line. Doesn't get out of bounds, though. Clock continues to run.
Yeah, and he only got about 4 yards, so it shortens it up, but still a 3rd and long, probably a 3rd and 6 situation for Prosser. So most likely going to have to go to a pass play here, and that just simplifies the defense for Tumwater.
3rd and 6, 4 wide receivers for Prosser. Quick screen pass, and a pass incomplete. That was intended for Sterling Clark. Looked like he wanted to get running again before. Actually, that wasn't Sterling Clark. That was Harley Hall. But still looked like he wanted to start running before he had the football, and ended up dropping the ball. Brings up 4th down now for Prosser. 4th and 6 from the Tumwater 29. 6.5 minutes left in the game.
They need a big play here. They got a lot of senior leadership on this team, a lot of playmakers who have been in situations like this before, but now's the time where they got to make a play, and Coach Sonicson calls a timeout, looks like, to discuss.
Yeah, this is probably a point in the football game where Prosser has to score. If they don't score on this drive, I'd see it being very difficult for them to get 2 possessions back. So Sonicson wants to take a little extra time to talk about it. Well, fans, we've got high school basketball heading our way. We kick off with a pairing of the West Valleys as West Valley of Spokane takes on the West Valley Rams of Yakima. That's happening on November 30th. That's a Friday. The following week, heading back to Yakima for the West Valley Rams taking on the Prosser Mustangs. CWAC battle on December 6th. Another great season of high school basketball heading your way this winter. Your home for local high school sports, SWX. So the Prosser fans still in a dancing mood.
In good spirits, getting their rally groove on.
There you go. Big play here, though, for the Mustangs. 4th and 6 from the 29. The season on the line right now for Prosser. Fosler, quick pass. It's caught by Danny Rapp, and that's good for a 1st down. He's brought down at about the 21-yard line. Big play there for the Mustangs.
Nice job by Rapp. He got right out to where he needed to be, where if he made the catch, he probably was going to get it anyway, but still with the presence of mind to turn upfield and stretch for another 1.5 yards to make sure.
So, brings up 1st and 10 now. Mustangs moving the football, moving the chains. Fosler in the shotgun. Quick throw. Pass is incomplete. I believe that was Danny Rapp again. Christian Cummings on the defensive side, able to break up that pass.
Nice job of just delivering a nice hit there right in the small of Rapp's back. Made it tough for him to bring it in, and it definitely looked like it hurt on the way down.
So it'll bring up 2nd and long now for Prosser. As the seconds continue to tick off that clock. 6 minutes, 17 seconds left in the ball game. 4 wide receivers, 3 out here to the left side. Quick pass. Hook and ladder again, this time to Bubba Frank again. He's still on his feet, and he's knocked down at about the 3-yard line. Quick pass to Trino Flores, and the quick pitch to Bubba Frank results in a 1st down for Prosser.
Andrew Brown there was able to just get his shoulders into Frank's knees there at about the 3 and prevent that touchdown. But a great play. They used this once for a 58-yard touchdown score and do it again. Frank just got some open space there and a big play there again by 24.
1st and goal from the 3-yard line. Fosler with the pitch to Rapp. Breaks 1 tackle but doesn't break the 2nd and 3rd. He's brought down at about the 5-yard line.
That could have been a loss of about 5 yards. He was able to get about 3 back as he escaped that 1st tackle, but great push up front from Tumwater, and that's something you got to give the T-Birds credit for. They are winning that battle up front.
So it's 2nd and goal now from the 5-yard line. 5 minutes, 40 seconds left in the football game. Fosler looking to throw, quick pass, incomplete, intended for Danny Rapp. Another nice job there again by Christian Cummings.
Lucky that wasn't intercepted. Very, very close to being intercepted, and if Cummings pulls that away, he could have been gone.
So 3rd and goal now for Prosser. Fosler, the pitch to Bubba Frank. He's got a blocker, but he's not able to get across the goal line. Frank brought down at about the 4. It'll set up 4th down now for Prosser as the clock continues to tick down. 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in this football game.
Not only do they need the score here, but they need to make sure that they get it, and then they don't give Tumwater a situation where they can drain down enough clock.
4th and goal. Fosler in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff, throws it back and way over the head.
That was Elijah Hofer there as the intended target, and he was open.
He was indeed, but that pass was way overthrown and it falls incomplete. And Prosser's going to turn the football over on downs at the Tumwater 4-yard line with 5 minutes left on the clock.
Need the defense to come up with a big play here to get back in it. But if Tumwater can just get a couple of first downs and drain clock, I don't think that Prosser is going to have enough time to get back in this thing.
Yeah, that was a big shot to the gut to the Prosser sideline here and all of the fans that are sitting, the Prosser fans that are sitting here underneath us. So Tumwater, that's Snow with the handoff, keeps the football and gets out to about the 10-yard line. And right now, Tumwater is going to do what they do best, run the football and run down the clock.
Yeah, I'm just looking back on that last play there. Hofer was open, and that's just going to probably be a tough one for Fosler to look at when he looks at the game film. But Tumwater, with the way they run the football, I mean, shoot, that was an average run there, and that was 5 yards.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting 5+ in their sleep, and it just doesn't look good right now for the Mustangs.
And they're going to take the play clock down to 5 seconds before they snap this football, using as much time as possible. Christian Cummings breaks free out to the sideline and brought down about the 20-yard line, stays in bounds. It'll be a first down for Tumwater.
Yeah, the presence of mind to stay in bounds. The clock does stop, but as soon as they
move the chains,
they'll fire that thing back up again, and they'll drain some more clock. So great play there, smart play, I should say, more specifically by Cummings to stay in bounds.
So the clock continues to wind down. Now we've reached the 4-minute mark. Tumwater happy to just let it trickle away. Play clock under 8 seconds now as Croft brings him to the line of scrimmage. Quick handoff up the middle. Nice job there by the Prosser defense to stop the run. That was Cummings again. Loss of about a yard, it looks like. But Prosser doesn't have the timeouts either to stop the clock here, because they used them to when they were on offense to make calls on a crucial 4th down play, and I believe they've used 2 timeouts here in the second half. Clock winding down close to 3 minutes now. 2nd and 11 for Tumwater. Croft. The handoff to Andrew Brown. He's still on his feet, and he's got some room to run. He's across the 30, and now he's off to the races. Across the 50, 40, and brought down. Looks like he goes out. Actually tried to, now they're going to stop the clock, but across the 35-yard line, a big run there for Andrew Brown.
Got about 55 yards on that.
But there was a flag on the play. A penalty on Tumwater. We'll bring it all back.
Probably a block in the back at some point here. We'll take a look and see. But yeah, it looked like there was one there against Elijah Hofer.
But at this point, that's a play that 8, 15, 20 seconds.
Back on the offense, 10 yards from the spot, repeat the down.
And run another play.
Oh.
Their goal is just to eat clock, like you said, and up 14 points. It's just they've got to make a mistake right now, and then Prosser has to be able to capitalize. And we can certainly go back to that second quarter where they allowed Tumwater to stay in the football game, and then Tumwater, a little bit bigger up front, eventually assumed control.
1st and 10 for Tumwater. Cummings with the handoff there, out across the 38-yard line. You have to give credit, though, to Tumwater and Coach Sid Otten. He's in his 39th year. This team has made 22 playoff appearances. They have 5 state titles to their credit, 1 at the 2A level, 3 at the 3A level, and 1 at the 4A level. This is a team that is in the record books in the WIAA a lot.
Came into this game with a 37-17 playoff record. That's a good record in general in a regular season, never mind the playoffs.
Andrew Brown. Ball is stripped by Prosser. Who falls on it? The Mustangs are close. The referee gets knocked down as well. Who will they give the football to? A nice effort, though. You got to give credit to Prosser for stripping that football, but it looks like Tumwater was able to fall on it.
You know, I know this is being really nitpicky there, but Ethan Hibbs had a chance to pick that ball up, and he tried to run it back in for a touchdown. And
instead of just falling on it.
And making sure they get a great strip there. See,
Bubba
Hibbs
Frank
had a
with a
chance
great
there.
effort to strip that football. But you're right. Instead of falling on it, he tried to pick it up and go with it.
And credit Dayton Newell, who's the lineman there, the left guard for Tumwater, who basically prevented, because then you got an onside kick opportunity after that touchdown if they do run it back, and that could have very easily made things a lot more interesting, at least.
Absolutely. So Prosser has called the timeout here on 3rd down to stop the clock with 2 minutes and 4 seconds left. They're hoping to make a big stop on 3rd down and force Tumwater to punt the football, give it back to their offense with a chance to score, but trailing by 14 points and 2 minutes left. Crazier things have happened, but I'd say the odds are stacked against them right now.
Their opportunity there, that mistake they were looking for, I don't even know if that was a mistake. That was just a great strip, and I don't know if we got a good look on who actually did it.
Bubba Frank was the one who made the strip.
Yeah.
Fans, don't forget, we've got the Americans Power Play coming your way December 12th. We'll talk with Coach Jim Hiller about the season and how things are going. We'll talk with a few of the players as well. We've got our Hockey 101 segments and lots of prizes and giveaways. You can join us in person down at Chemo's, or you can watch us right here on SWX, December 12th at 7 p.m. The 25th anniversary season for the Tri-City Americans. Big 3rd down here. Handoff to Christian Cummings, still on his feet, across out to the 35-yard line. He'll be short of the 1st down, and Prosser's now going to use their final timeout. Prosser using their final timeout, stop the clock with 1 minute and 57 seconds left. They got what they wanted there. They got the stop on 3rd down. They're going to force Tumwater to punt.
You know, and let's be honest here, Prosser can score quick. I know we haven't seen it in this game, but they connect on one big pass play, and we've seen Danny Rapp be one ankle tackle away from taking it to the house on a couple of occasions. They score quick here in the next minute, and then an onside kick. It's a football game, you know, if they can recover. So, I mean, they're very much in it. It's not completely over.
And they've had success stopping or, on special teams. In the punting game here against Tumwater, they've blocked one kick. They've had another punt where the punters dropped the football and was not able to get the kick away. Both times it gave Prosser great field position.
And then earlier in the game, don't forget the kickoff. They had one where they almost fumbled
That's
it away.
right.
And then another one, the next possession, where they did in fact fumble it away after the kickoff. So
you might expect Prosser to bring everybody on the rush here. He's able to get the kick away. Clark picks it up at the 25. He's across the 30, and he's going to get out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. So that's where Prosser will start with the football. 1 minute and 48 seconds left. They are out of timeouts.
Well, we've seen some wild finishes here at Lampson Stadium this season. I hearken back to the first game of the season, the Southridge-Richland game, where Grant Latham completed 5 of 6 passes on that final drive after really struggling to complete any passes earlier in the game, including a 30-some-yarder to Brendan Hill, his receiver, for the game winner with no time left. So maybe we'll see something like that here tonight with a state championship or a trip to a state championship game on the line.
5 wide receivers for Prosser. 1st and 10 from their own 37. Pass to Clark is caught. forward progress will take him to about the 47-yard line. It should be enough for a first down. So the clock will stop as they move the chains. 1 minute and 42 seconds left now. So the chain gang gets the chains reset. Now they'll start the clock. Minute 40. Again, Fosler, quick pass. Caught by Harley Hall, breaks it through the middle, and he's going to get it enough for another first down across the 40 and out to about the 36-yard line. Nice catch there by Harley Hall and a nice move into the middle to get the big 14-yard gain.
He had another play like that earlier in this quarter where he just didn't look the ball into the target. This time he did and picked up some big yards.
Clock starts again. 1:25 left. Prosser's ready to snap the football. Fosler in the shotgun. Now he's taking a little more time. Changing the play. Looking to throw. Quick pass. Almost caught. Went through the hands of Sterling Clark and then almost caught by Ethan Hibbs. It falls incomplete.
Oh, man.
And there's a flag, a late flag here in the back from the referee.
You know, and I was looking downfield myself. That could have been a late hit. We'll see if we can get a look at it here on this play. But, boy, Sterling Clark right
roughing
through
the
the
passer on the defense.
Oh,
15
that's
yards.
A big break, 15 yards. So while the
roughing
pass
the
was
passer.
incomplete, they do at least get something out of it. Also stops the clock.
Exactly.
Which is the most important thing. That pass was almost complete to two receivers. But very fortunate more than that it wasn't intercepted because it went high, the deflection.
So a roughing the passer penalty will move the football down to the 19-yard line. Prosser trailing by 14 with 1 minute and 11 seconds left.
And this is where they've struggled, right around the 20-yard and in.
That's true. Tumwater's defense has really tightened up when they've gotten into the red zone.
A shorter field.
Fosler in the shotgun, 4 wide receivers. Quick pass, incomplete, right through the hands of Ethan Hibbs.
I'm not sure he would have gotten much after that catch anyway.
It was a similar play to the one we just saw Harley Hall get the big gain on, but Hibbs wasn't able to bring it in, and it falls incomplete.
The pass was right on the money, but I think he's just looking at all the yellow jerseys he's running right into.
So we've got 1 minute and 9 seconds now. 2nd and 10 for Prosser. Ball on the Tumwater 21-yard line. Mustangs trailing by 14. Trying to work some sort of Lampson miracle here tonight. Fosler, quick pass, and it's intercepted. Great play there by Gabe Gleases. The pass intercepted by Tumwater, and that will wrap up things for the Prosser Mustangs for 2012.
Devastating play right there. Third interception of the game for Ryan Fosler, who came into the game with only 4 on the season. So that's just a testament to how well the T-Birds have played on defense, particularly defending the vaunted passing attack of Prosser.
A bend but don't break defense for Tumwater tonight, as Croft will now take a knee and the clock will wind down below 1 minute left in the football game. So you have to give credit to the Thunderbirds. They're a long way from home tonight. Tumwater, of course, in the Olympia area, making the trip over on Thanksgiving weekend to play a big 2A semifinal football game in essentially Prosser's backyard. And they come away with a big win here on the road. Chance to advance to the state championship game. They will face Linden next weekend in the Tacoma Dome.
And that's a team that has just kept on surprising people. Nobody really put them in the discussion, but they put themselves in and are now just one win away from another state championship for legendary coach Sid Otten. Comes into this game with 5 as an opportunity for number 6.
So the clock winding down now, and the team's lining up to shake hands. Want to give credit to the Prosser Mustangs, though. 11-12 finishing this year, second straight trip to the semifinals. Can't quite get the job done, though, and they do not advance to the state championship game. The Tumwater Thunderbirds are heading to the state finals where they'll face Linden. The final score tonight, 35-21 over Prosser. Brian, any final thoughts?
Well, it was a great football game, well played by both teams, and it was a fight to the finish. And just, credit Tumwater. They won that battle in the trenches, and oftentimes that's where football games like this are won. And the T-Birds, a well-coached team, and certainly Coach Sonicson and the Mustangs, they're getting closer, nothing else.
Absolutely. Well, that's going to wrap up the high school football season for us up here on SWX. But we've got a great season of high school basketball heading your way in just a few days. We hope you'll join us for some great basketball action this winter right here on SWX. For Brian Levitan, I'm Shane Ettinger. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.
The WIAA Men's Youth Team for their athletic achievements as well as sports themselves. Presenting the third place trophy to the Prosser Mustangs is Anna Pagari, representing Prosser High School.
Okay, hey, you guys get one break here?
High School participated in the 2A State Football Championship at the